Welcome to the Daily Convo with your host, Big Body, Road Body, and your boy, Wanted T. This is a weekly podcast with just two dudes being bros. Just a couple bros being guys. If you haven't figured it out by now, just a couple guys being dudes. So let go.
Come on, bro. Like and subscribe already. What are y'all doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'll tell you what we're doing. We're not on mute. That's what we're doing.
Damn straight we're not on mute.
This is
not us.
Christmas tree. I am having technical difficulties right now.
Just is falling apart.
All right.
This headset is absolutely going to die at some point. So, and it's the only way I can hear my computer for whatever reason. So if I just peace out, you know where I went.
Is it because you're spending too much time as Macy's customer service rep?
It's funny you ask. Fuck you. No, it's I literally leave this thing like off the dock.
That's poor customer service,
all
Jess.
the time.
That is kind of poor customer service. I don't think
really
they teach you that.
Welcome to the Daily Convo. One shut
I
your
have no
mouth.
retort.
A show that happens like every 7 days, despite the title. It's 7-ish days. I mean, I think if we were to average it out, it's probably 7 days, but like
Roughly.
we're not talking every day, but we talk every day, but like it's not us. Well, I'm your host, Nabil Rabadi. Just the immaculate face in front of you right here, and with me today is a disgusting, my disgusting co-host, someone who is totally unattractive, Juan Thomas.
Hey.
Gross.
I don't even listen to this intro anymore.
Hey.
What do you mean you can't listen to this intro anymore?
This is like the most ridiculous.
She is such a mother hen to you, Juan. It is insane.
Because she understands how terrible you treat me, dude. I have feelings.
A mother hen. She cannot stand when anyone says anything negative about Juan.
Is this?
It is so insane. It is wild as shit. It's like the last time we had our like 3-part series. She just couldn't wait to stand up for you. Like, you're not going to talk about my Juan that way. Okay, that's my sweetheart. Came out of me.
I like that you're adding the accent in there. That's my. I don't know where I ever talked like that. Also, this thing is definitely blinking red. I mean, this is not a good situation.
I think we're gonna have to cancel and restart the show.
I mean, yeah. See you guys later.
Maybe this helps because the first part of this is actually about just Mary.
Well, hold on before you even get yourself.
Shut your mouth while I offer this suggestion.
What about our sponsor?
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm trying to introduce everyone, and here are all of you acting like savages.
Well, then get to it.
Immoral.
You're taking a long time.
We're professionals here. Snap.
I'm just trying. There's also Jess. That's it. Okay, go make your money.
You're not going to introduce the guest?
I already introduced Mary.
Unbelievable. Guys,
I was Mayor. That was my formal introduction.
Mayor.
I feel pretty accomplished.
I'm not going to say Nabil has given more elaborate intros to guests, but he has, and you should be offended, Mary.
Yeah, I am a little upset with the Mayor mic drop.
Mayor.
It wasn't strong.
Mayor.
No titles, no Queen of Dragons, no elaborate slayer of men, like none of that.
Queen of Dragons.
She's like a Mary, you know.
Unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, as you all may know, we have a sponsor on this show, and that sponsor is Carl's Custom Creations, and that's customs with a K. Now, y'all might have heard that next week we have our fan appreciation 10th episode. 10th bro.
Appreciate you.
I'm gonna appreciate the shit out of y'all. Now,
so good.
From the bottom of his heart, Carl Custom Creation has made us very customized tumblers specifically for the Daily Convo. Now, Jess, your tumbler's in. Nabil, your tumbler's in.
I want to see it now.
You're not going to see it until next week. But
unboxing?
What you're going to see right now are the appreciated fan cups
that we will be giving away on next episode. Get hype.
Wow. Let's run it.
Fans so much.
God, we appreciate them so damn much. So,
Juan, where's Mare's Tumblr?
what,
Can
you know
we
what?
finish an episode first? God
Yeah,
damn.
Mare.
I mean, let's see if you make it. Right? Let's just
Yeah,
see
I
if
was
you
gonna
make it.
say, let's
And I don't get a Tumblr. So I think this is complete bullshit.
You came in
Let's
on the
just
wrong
see
episode
how
to
you
want to
do.
ask for shit. You're on gender wars. All right, that's the problem.
Yeah. Yeah, always acting like you need
You want
something.
to come
We'll
in here.
get to that.
This is the problem. We're starting
Yeah.
this early.
Unbelievable.
This is a problem. With people.
At
Y'all couldn't even give time for
Carl's
that.
Custom Creation, I would love a Tumblr. So if we could get another one shipped for the holidays,
there's one thing.
that would be wonderful.
My pops literally says she may not make the cut.
Shit, I'm
It is,
getting stabbed on from every side right now, but
It is a tough world
That's
out
okay.
here. Let me tell
So-
you, Mary, you can't just ask for these things. You gotta earn these things.
You
You
gotta
know what I
earn
mean?
All right, so
Earn
for the
it.
first cup, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
Oh,
Look
little
at
marble
that.
action.
Look
like
at
that.
that. And just
I
in
like
case
that
you were
too.
wondering, you're an appreciated fan. Look at that. We got,
I love it.
we got a nice little
I love
Carl
it.
custom creation there on the bottom going.
Oh,
Right?
that's
Look at
awesome,
that.
Pop.
That's nice.
That's awesome.
That is
Right?
freaking nice.
Right?
Yes.
Now my favorite one. My
That's made with
favorite
real
one.
milk and denim. By
I'm
the way.
excited. I'm
Is
so
That cup is
excited.
made with real milk and denim. Hence the
Ooh, y'all ain't ready for this.
Ooh, shit.
Oh,
That mahogany?
Ooh, a little wood.
A little
Ooh.
wood action there. Look at that.
nice.
Another appreciated
Appreciated
Another appreciated fan.
fan.
Look at that.
Wow.
We appreciate you.
Look
Honestly,
at
the
it.
fact that the fact that y'all have two appreciated fans is incredible. So
That's all I'm saying.
Appreciate you so much.
you made it.
That's all I'm saying. Look at
I
that.
love
That
it.
is,
That looks
that is
great.
made of fresh mahogany.
The
Okay.
freshest
You know,
mahogany.
The
on the
first one
outside.
reminds me of the shark candies. You know those shark
Yeah.
Oh,
candies?
the gummy blue
Yeah.
shark
Gummies?
They are
A little
Those
gum
are
gum
my
and yummy.
favorite candies.
fucking love them too.
So whoever gets that,
Anytime I go into
I'll
like
trade
those
you.
big candy stores, they always have blue gummy sharks.
they
They're
always
hard
have
to
the blue
find
gummy
nowadays.
sharks.
Fair.
They're honestly,
enough.
they're a treasure.
Yeah.
They're a treasure.
agree.
They're very good.
I've never had
Yeah.
them because they look fucking disgusting.
Oh, Nabil.
You gotta
I'm
live a
just-
little, my guy.
Nabil, why are you?
Going
You
here
are
talking.
literally the worst today. I
Yeah.
like
He's on one.
everything that comes out of your mouth. I hate it.
He got a haircut and now you just think he's somebody. Like
But
he ain't
so
shit.
handsome.
You're nothing. So for all the fans who are wondering how can I get my hands on one of these appreciated fan cups, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
All you got to do is join next week. You're going to join next week. You're going to throw your email address in the chat. We're going to invite some of y'all in to join us. And at the end of the episode, we're going to grab one of these random email addresses in here and shoot you an email, let you know you won. And you get
Wow.
yourself a cup. So
That's
You can do
incredible.
join us
live.
next week
Yeah.
when we go live, and you too can be an appreciated fan.
We do one of those
Amazing.
generator things, and we can just do it live.
Really amazing.
Yeah, we can do that.
You
But
too
we're gonna-
have a
we're
blue
gonna
gummy
fucking
shark
rig it.
tumbler.
Here's the thing: we're gonna rig it so Juan and I win.
Heck yeah, bro.
Fucking
Here's-
nerd.
And then you
Here's
get
the
the
joke.
shark
I'm not going to
shark
send it.
tumbler.
I'm just going to keep it. They're never going
the
to
milk
Yeah.
and denim tumbler. That's my favorite tumbler. I like to start this episode by asking a question. And I'm going to ask a question to everyone here. Since last week I got suspended, but then I appealed the suspension, and we got a knockdown from 2 episodes to 1. Whatever, drugs, we all do it. So my question is: Thanksgiving.
Speak for
happened.
yourself.
Speak for myself. Who the fuck else am I going to speak for?
You said we all do it. My mom listens to this. Mom, I don't.
Mom, let me tell you something about the drugs Jess does. Hold on.
No.
She does
No.
all the Tylenol, all the Advil,
She snorts so much Flintstones candy, Tylenol, whatever the fuck that thing is.
Woo!
all the
And
Pepto
goes
chewables.
ballistic.
Sugar high.
So I
She
feel
never
like
has a headache and never has heartburn.
Never has headache.
Question.
All absolutely untrue things.
So
I literally just took Tylenol.
the holidays are up. We had Thanksgiving 2 weeks ago. Awesome holiday break. So my question to
Awesome.
everyone here is: what is one thing you were thankful for during Thanksgiving?
Oh,
Except Jess. I don't give a
that's
shit.
nice.
I don't care, Jess. I don't care.
Well, you know what? I wasn't going to
Hey.
answer your stupid ass question anyway.
You're gonna answer it, and you're gonna love answering it.
No.
Because we're a
I
family.
won't say no.
We have to show everyone we're happy. Go first,
How about you
Ashley.
start with, how about you answer your own question first?
You know what? I will answer. Okay. And not just
Okay.
because he's here, but honestly,
Or because I told you to.
and not because some woman told me to.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know why I do it. Something I'm thankful for is our cousins came into town, which I didn't think would be as fun as it was, but honestly, like, I'm just like having them out there. Like, I was grateful to have met some of them for the first time and then hang out with them. They were just awesome people. And so, when you get cool people around you and all that shit, it makes for a wonderful time, especially during the holidays. So that's something I'm grateful for. Family and yeah.
Family and family.
Family and family.
Check.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, family.
Uh,
The food was amazing.
family.
Barry,
Look,
what are
as soon as you
grateful
said
for?
that, I'm listening to this thing, and it literally Nabil's talking, and it just goes battery low. So we are running on. This
You
is
weren't gonna
it,
make
everybody.
it. You weren't gonna make it.
No, Mary, hurry
She
up.
has no
Tell us
contingency
your-
plan.
Okay, mine is pretty in line with Nabil's actually, but so I've hosted Thanksgiving here in Austin for the last like 3 years, and my mom and her boyfriend have come to town every year. And traditionally, it's just been kind of like a straggler Friendsgiving with kind of like the extra friends that I have in town with my family. But this year it was really special because both of my brothers came to visit, and I have 2 older brothers, and we're spread on both coasts. So I'm in Texas, one is in Philadelphia, and then the other one is in LA. So we're pretty stretched wide across the USA. And I think that the most special part of Thanksgiving for me was seeing like how far we've come in our adult relationships and recognizing that even though we don't have a lot in common, sometimes we still like love and respect and want each other to grow. And I think that was a really cool realization that I had throughout the weekend. So it was just really special
That's
to
awesome.
have them here. And also one of my brothers is getting engaged.
Yay.
Her entire family, my soon-to-be sister-in-law, all of them came out as well. And it was just really neat to see like what my family is expanding into and get to start to celebrate the engagement. So
Are we all invited?
well,
I
no,
know I'm the best one,
unfortunately,
so-
Nabil, you're definitely not invited.
Definitely.
All
I mean,
right.
I'll be there, but
Let's
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
Adam's plus one.
Juan's probably gonna be my plus one, and like Jess is always invited. So Nabil, I'm sorry.
That's more than a +1. That's a +2. That's
I mean, it's her
Jess
brother.
has
She
her own,
gets to
but
be.
Jess has her own independent relationship, with my brother. So that's why.
so do I. I have an independent. Like I'm.
You've
like,
never met him. You've never met any of her brothers. You couldn't even name her brothers.
Yeah, it's more.
What was that first part? You muffled there. What was that first part?
Yeah, no. Muffin jars in the comments. It said he was thankful for me, and I'm thankful for you too, Kaz. Love you, bud. What are
Wow.
you thankful for, Juan?
Oh man. Kind of a mix of all of that, right? So I'm grateful. No, I'm very thankful, man, for just having like good people around me, right? I spent Thanksgiving celebrating a friend's birthday in Colorado, and anybody who knows me knows, my family is my parents, and then my second family are my friends, right? And getting to kind of spend time with them, and to the same point, right? Like I've been around this group for a few years now, and kind of seeing where everybody is in life, and the things that we're capable of doing today that we weren't capable of doing when we first met. It's just a huge, I guess, accomplishment for the people around me. So I'm very grateful to be surrounded around good, wholesome people that, like, after all these years, we're still kicking it. We're still as close, as tight as ever. And everybody's kind of, I feel in a better place at this point in their life than they were when I first met them. And that's a huge thing to be proud of and appreciate.
I wish one of you would have an original fucking answer and not copy me. Go on.
Yeah, but yours was around your family specifically. Mine was around my friends. Mary's was around her family and friends.
But you also called your friends your family.
Yeah, but they're friends though. You're talking about biological.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
You also
emotional
mentioned your
family.
biological family. Who
What
don't
was
love
that?
you because they weren't with you during Thanksgiving. Nobody loves you. We all use you for your money. Well, that's thinking. Thank God Jess can't speak up and defend you. Yeah, there it is. There it is. Cry for me. There you go. We'll see you
See you,
later.
buddy.
Bye. Jess, what are you thankful for?
So headphones died. I am literally listening to you. Oh, he's totally gone. See ya.
I don't care.
Bye.
Good. All right. Because this was
Oh,
just
he's back. What
there
a
he is.
surprise. Nice to see you again.
Us sisters got to stick together. Oh shit, he's back. All right.
I really thought you left.
I was hoping he would.
Yeah. I am currently listening to you through my dead speakers, my dead headphones on the charger. So it's a very light sound. But I believe the question was, what are you thankful for? I would be thankful for a headset that worked, but that's not the case. So I'm thankful for my wonderful friends. That's the trend, right? I got to spend Thanksgiving. I had 2 different Thanksgivings this year that I got to go to. One of them was with Mary. Grateful for Mary. She's my best buddy.
Our third Thanksgiving together, just on record.
Yeah, it was so
Love
nice.
you.
And I'm grateful for Juan, Nabil, my lovely friends here in Austin, my mama, and my wonderful boyfriend who usually yells at me after the podcast because I said something really stupid. So I'm going to be really careful this time.
No, we
He's
need to say
great.
more
Bad
stupid
shit
things.
about him on this podcast. This is gonna happen.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. He's great. He's great. Thankful for all the people in my life. Love everybody.
We got to
Not
get you
this
some
headset, though.
earbuds first off. We got to get you a
So
backup.
I have them. This is like a work headset that they block out like all the sound, and also my ears are huge, so they cover my whole ear, which is really nice. But they're just dead as fuck, and there's not much you can do about that. So
Okay.
this
Well,
is the way it has to be. I'm
I'm
gonna give them like 10 minutes.
What the fuck was that?
sorry, that was alcohol.
Ew.
Mary, I seen you drinking something over there. What? Welcome to the show. And at least
Yes,
somebody
thank
understood
you.
the assignment.
That's
Yeah,
What are we drinking?
I did bring my drink. Actually, it goes
Wow.
well with the story from Thanksgiving. My brother, one of my brothers, the one that is getting married next year, he is a huge whiskey, bourbon, Scotch
Yeah.
collector and trader. And it's his passion. And so he brought me a bottle of Eagle Rare. So I'm drinking a
Nice.
nice little old fashioned.
A little old fashioned.
Love that.
Love that.
I don't
Cheers.
have sans the orange peel because I didn't have orange. I thought about doing a lime peel, but I thought it might fuck it up.
Yeah, you don't do that. You're not.
I made the right choice, clearly. So without an orange.
That's awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to bring us to my favorite segment when we have somebody new on the show. 5 questions of death. Now, for those who watched last week, I placed some heavy bets that Atalo, our guest from last week, was not going to make it, and he almost didn't. He crawled himself to the finish line. But Mary, I like to believe you're going to make the 5 questions of death. Not a lot of people do. Just gonna throw it out there. Not a lot of people. This show could end
Yeah, I
early.
was gonna say, I think that I did.
And
I mean, I'm still here,
ready
and you asked me to come back, so I think that there's got to be something that went well.
Touche.
for me to kick this?
I'm
thing
only
off?
slightly concerned, but clearly the bar has been set low in your expectation of me, considering my introduction was Mare, and I do not get a tumbler.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever called her Mare, ever.
So I just
What are you talking about? You always call her Mare. Mare. Tell them how much we call you Mare. Come on, Mare. Tell them Mare now, Mare.
Absolutely not.
Mare.
Absolutely not.
Oh, Maury. All right. So we're going to kick this thing off. And if you survive this thing, you're 1/4 step closer to maybe possibly one day being in consideration of getting your own tumbler with your name on it. But there's a lot of work
Wow.
ahead of you. There's a lot of work ahead of you.
Steak.
Right,
One
man.
steak here.
Don't get excited here. All right.
All right.
Nabil, kick us off with the tough shit.
Here's the thing. I hate when I have to be serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, Mare.
Woo!
This is a tough one.
Yeesh.
Okay. Will you marry Juan and I?
You could really love that question, don't you?
So here's the real meat and potatoes of it.
I love meat and potatoes, carbs and protein. Go
I
on.
love them too.
This is gonna be a great answer.
I'm a lesbian,
So are we.
I knew it.
So
so
weird.
I'm now
All right,
I'm
Adam.
outing myself here on Twitch, on live radio, whatever this is, live streaming. And Jess is more my type. So I'm fortunately going to have to.
Yeah, we think she's okay.
Scoop
Yeah.
Food, Scoop Food Rally, baby.
pass.
To be fair, I really do believe, and Mary, I'm not 100%, that we have used that at the bar.
Yes.
That is a line that
absolutely.
we have used
Just
to
Jess and
scare
I have
people
used
off.
that, yes. Because
So-
And it
sometimes
has worked.
you don't want to hurt somebody's feelings because they
Yeah.
are a really nice person. And you recognize that they're going out of their way to try. And
Yes.
you want to be nice, you just casually, I'm sorry, you're not my
I'm a
type.
lesbian.
Actually, I'm into girls. I'm into
Yeah, and I honestly think it's very I think for both of us very believable. I mean, look at my
It
short
is.
hair, you know,
It is
that's
very believable. I'm the most athletic, almost man.
I've never
two
been rejected. And then second, let's be honest, Jess is not lesbian material. But that is.
I could be, Nabil. I could be. He's not disagreeing, and that's all that matters.
I don't. I'm trying to gather my emotions because I got shut down.
I feel like that's a very broad
never-
statement. First of all, there are all types of people out there.
No, there
I
isn't.
could easily be a lesbian.
There's only Nabil and not Nabil. Those are only two fucking types of people out there. And really, if you're not Nabil, you're not very important. So
I would say Nabil is judgy as hell. Nabil.
yes.
Thanks.
Yes, he-
All I'm saying is, I don't think you've seen me with long hair. Before you
I haven't
say
been
that,
Well,
You
have you
know-
ever had long hair?
Yeah.
What?
yeah,
Someone send
No.
me a
I've
pic.
had
Someone send me
curly,
a pic.
long, luscious locks,
Nabil's
like
awesome.
flowing,
I'm so excited. I can't
flowing.
believe
It was
it.
longer than my. Just imagine this, but like just
No,
luxurious.
That's not
just-
real. That never happened.
It's realer than real deal. Holyfield.
When did
No
that
way,
happen?
right?
I
Jeff?
want to.
I
I
have
want
never-
proof.
Wow.
Never seen pics.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never seen pics of that. This would be a huge surprise to me.
I have it
That's-
somewhere, but
that
you
hurts.
guys are gonna have to. You want to go to your second part, and I'll try to find this thing.
Yeah, find the photo. All right, you survived question 1. We're on to
Great.
question 2. Okay. What would you say? I don't even know how I want to word that one. I'll word it differently. During COVID, right? During this COVID period of time, what is something that you actually discovered about yourself? What did you learn or uncover about yourself during quarantine?
I love that question because I think COVID just, changed everybody's life so fundamentally and
Right.
really opened people's eyes to different pieces of themselves. I'm sure it's the same with everybody that's listening to this podcast, but I spent more time with myself than I ever have in my entire life, right? Like it was just me alone
Yeah.
in my apartment here, my 500 square feet. And I don't have any pets, so pretty much day in, day out, unless, for some reason I was seeing one of my friends or something, I was by myself the entire time. And it allowed for a lot of reflection. And I think one of the biggest things that I learned from COVID was that pre-COVID, I had overextended myself so significantly. I was doing a million different things. I was working a full-time job. I was coaching high school lacrosse team. I was trying to make time for all of my friends. I was trying to date. I was, trying to make time to go travel and do the things that really ignite my soul, like going to new states or going to national parks, going to new countries. And I was trying to jam it all into this short period of time. And I think that COVID, like at the beginning of COVID, I was so anxious and just like going absolutely crazy because it was such a shift in what my day-to-day looked like before. And like, I just did not know how to be alone with myself and like my thoughts. And it caused like some pretty dark times. I think we all went through that. And I think the biggest thing I learned was being comfortable with what's present and what's now,
Right.
and not having to overextend myself or constantly be jumping from thing to thing to thing to be able to have like a very successful and fruitful life. And so I think that coming out of COVID, I've tried to be a lot more present in my day to day and really appreciate what's in front of me, and also really restrict, what
Yeah.
I spend my time doing, because I recognize that there's some bigger priorities like my relationships and my friendships and work and, some bigger goals in my life that I want to work towards. So I'd say that's the biggest thing, was like being comfortable with who I am and like the things that I feel and then being able to like redirect that into something productive coming out of it.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. That's really good. You lived, Mary, through 2 questions. You have 3 more.
It's getting tough, honestly. The first question was hard because
It was tough. You hurt Nabil. He hasn't really said anything.
Awfully fucking quiet.
And it's hard to make him quiet, yo. Like that's
No words.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I asked that first question. I didn't hear a word you said about your answer.
He's just looking for the fucking photo.
I was looking for the picture and something about lacrosse, and God, that seems so tough.
Ah.
Okay. Well, let me ask this. So you're a pretty storied person. How does it feel that that both Mulan and Mortal Kombat were both made after your life?
Good question. Good question.
Do you mean after I was born?
Well, you're alive now, aren't you?
After my life? Like I'm alive, so it's in my life.
You have a storied life so far in your 26 years.
25 years, Nabil. I just celebrated my 25th birthday. You were there. You celebrated with me. It feels like kind of.
And you want her to marry you?
A stab to the heart, Nabil. You celebrated.
Here's a wonderful story about Mary's birthday.
You celebrated with me 4 fucking weeks ago, Nabil.
Here's a wonderful
Also,
story about
I'm
Mary's
confused
birthday.
by the question.
Okay, well, first off, the question wasn't even to Jess, but yeah, go on, Jess.
Well, I just don't get it. Why would you ask Mary that?
Why would you ask me that, Nabil? Does it have to do with something like the color of my skin?
Yeah, Nabil. Does it have something to do with the color of her
Mortal
skin?
Kombat and Mulan seem like very interesting choices for the Asian correspondent here.
I agree.
Well, they're both very Asian inspired, just like your life. So if you can answer the fucking question.
I am half German.
Look, I'm gonna need you to be as swift as a coursing river right now. Okay. So
I'm offended by the question, and as
I'm offended that you don't like
as an
Mulan and Mortal
appreciative
Kombat.
fan, I would really appreciate another question.
All right, fine. All right. Another
Terrible
question.
question.
All right, okay.
Juan,
okay,
did you
okay,
did you not run these by Juan first?
No, he didn't run anything by me. I have nothing to do with any of these questions.
All right, fine. Next question. How skilled are you with a katana?
This is
Somebody out there
like,
is looking at this and being like, that guy's fucking canceled. Okay.
I don't know about you, but Mortal Kombat, Mulan, and katanas are the coolest fucking shit I can think of. The fact that
who would Mary be in Mortal Kombat?
Sub-Zero?
Selena.
Well,
she's kind of cold as ice at times. You know?
I
Scorpion.
will say I do love every Asian film. So go ahead. I will just say that outright. Literally, Studio Ghibli is the love of my life.
Listen, Mary loves Spirited Away. And if you were to say that, Mary would have said, wow, you're so educated in my life. But instead you said Mortal
Spirited
Kombat.
Away and Ponyo, okay? I apologize.
Ponyo is so good.
Ponyo can go to hell.
An elite.
Yeah, you didn't say any of that though. You said Mortal Kombat.
Yeah. Okay, what has sold more? Spirited Away or Mortal Kombat?
I have seen Mortal Kombat.
Spirited Away had a remake? No, Mulan has.
I've also seen Mulan like 1,000 times.
I love it.
That's because Spirited Away is the OG.
All right, whatever. Just one, ask your dumb question that's not nearly as interesting as mine.
Although they should make a live action Spirited Away. I would actually like that.
That would be super cool.
Probably be offended.
Just be out there flying on a broom, little cat. It'd be so fun.
I've seen crazier things, you know. I've said to be on a podcast, so I think they can do it.
All right,
Mary. A little burn by Jazz. I appreciate
it was a little burn. That was a little bit singes the nostrils. All right, Mary. Question.
Okay.
We kind of want to know, man. You know what's Nabil? You want to keep composing here, bud? You want to? Whenever you're ready.
Did you find the picture, Nabil? Is that what you're laughing
I couldn't
about?
find the picture, and it's fucking amazing.
Is it the one? Is it the snap, or is it like of me a long time ago?
It was a long time ago. It was actually Juan. We had a mullet at Dell, and everybody was wearing it. And it's a picture of Juan wearing this mullet, and he looks like he's fucking drunk at work.
There's an 80% chance it's on Facebook.
Yeah,
But that's not your real hair.
It looked like it.
It looked like it.
That's
No.
not the same thing.
Oh, you saying?
No.
Oh, you saying African Americans can't have long hair? It's called a jerry curl, ladies. You can educate
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
Don't put me in, ladies.
It's
I don't
stylish.
think
It's gender wars. Y'all are all grouped
It
together.
is. You
Okay?
are together.
Y'all
I have a quick
speak for each other.
question. While you're referring to us as ladies, this is a really heated Instagram poll I just saw yesterday. The question was, do we think it's douchey when men refer to groups of women as females?
I think y'all would have to answer that
Yeah.
because I don't think we
Like,
can
do
answer
you
that.
think, do you say like these females? Like, would you say that? These females?
No, but I have a story to that. So I don't say females. However, I went out with Haley this past weekend, and yeah, Jess. So that guy who came out, you were out with us, right? I'm imagining these things?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
was
were.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, you were with us. So there's a guy that comes over. They went to the bathroom, and he comes over and he asks me. He's like, "Hey, so like he's drunk as hell. I can't even remember half the things he's saying, but he literally goes, "Hey, so are you out with any broads?" I was like, "I'm out with my friends who are ladies." He's like, "Yeah, broads." I was like, "I'm out with friends that are ladies." I was no, I mean like
Dude, I knew I
broads.
hated that guy. He
And
so
I was
fucking
like,
weird.
I don't think you could possibly be more offensive than what you're saying right now. He's like, well, I didn't mean to offend something, you know.
That's
just,
like-
you know,
I put that on the
broads."
same level as like ball and chain.
Yeah, and I'm like, what is this, the fucking 50s? Who?
No,
Yeah,
broad?
what are we watching? Like South
Broad?
Pacific?
I mean,
Who the
I
hell's
think you
saying
should have told-
broads?
I think you should have told them that you were chilling with your broads, and you
I
already
already know.
Mhm.
So you,
That's the problem.
none of them got that. I got
How
you.
come every time I'm on a date, ladies, these fellow ladies get offended when I call them handsome? Hey, you look great tonight. You look handsome in your dress. Why do you get offended by that?
So
You don't really
Yeah.
say that. Are you kidding me? Get
Never
out of
said
here.
that.
That's
He's never
ridiculous.
said
you've never said that in your life, Nabil. But
Ever.
But with that being said, it's just like handsome makes a female think that she looks like has manly features, and maybe in a beautiful way, but absolutely in a manly sense.
Very masculine.
Well, handsome though is technically, I think, like in the British language, if we could ask Michael Joyce.
Research labs conducted, Muffin Jar, who's trying to be a doctor, refer to groups of biological women as females to differentiate between biological women and trans women.
Huh.
Interesting. Well, I guess that is true. I mean, like female, male, like non-binary. That's the whole vibe.
So,
Who's Muffin Jar?
I mean, you know, jar of muffins.
Dude,
Sounds like a dream, honestly. I'd love that.
I'm just
Honestly,
wondering
like,
who
who wouldn't
Muffin
like
also
Jar.
like
an entire
Muffin
jar of
Jar's
muffins.
fucking social security while you're at it.
I would like his social
who is his
security
friend?
or her.
Where did
whomever
he
it
come
be.
from? I don't know anything about him. Who did
Who
he come
him?
here with?
Who him?
Ask your
Who is
question.
him?
That's your question.
I don't know anybody in this. Who?
All right, we got one
Alan, I
last
see
question
Alan,
of
I know
5
Alan.
questions of death. Mary, this is a serious
Sorry.
question, and this is the last one.
Muffin Jar.
I'm ready.
What are some of your life and or career goals?
I love this question because I'm fired up about opening up my own bed and breakfast.
Whoop, whoop.
And then my life goal is to open up a bed and breakfast. And right now, I
Madame's
mean,
B&B.
yes, exactly.
everyone, we're staying at
Mare's
Mary's place.
B&B.
We're
It's
staying
gonna
at
be
Mary's.
There.
She's making us breakfast.
Yeah, exactly.
I
No,
think-
I
I think Mary, I should work there.
yeah, I think that you'd be great, Jess.
I think
You'd
I should be like
absolutely
I think I should be the hostess.
wonderful. The hostess is the mostest.
Come
That's
here,
not
I
what
can
I
show
would
you to your
picture.
fucking
I feel
table.
like I see you with some sort of top hat carrying jackets
Mhm.
to rooms. A bellboy. That's it.
You could be the bellboy, Nabil. How
Yeah.
exciting.
Fucking jackets. Either way, I'm having a dirty.
You can
fucking
also-
accent.
You're also like big and strong though, so like you can carry the bags. Bellboy's got to carry the
Nabil,
bags.
Nabil goes on a date and the girl's like, what do you do for a living? He's like, I carry jackets, you know?
Carry
Yeah.
fucking jackets.
It's my
What do you
9 to
do?
5.
What do you broads
Sometimes they're
do?
leather, sometimes they're denim.
Yep.
All kinds of bags, really.
All
Jackets,
kinds of
bags.
jackets, bags.
I
You
really
wouldn't
like
believe what they make jackets out of nowadays. It's crazy.
That is
Same.
honestly the dream.
2 hours later, I get laid because of it. It's crazy. I can just.
Well, you'll all have to
Because
visit
we don't
my
really care what you
baby
do.
when it
Like
gets
that.
opened. I have big plans. I want it to be at least 6 bedrooms, no larger than 8 bedrooms. I either want it to be like in the like on the coast of Spain, or maybe like up in the mountains in Washington. Location to be determined.
Washington.
And yeah, I'm gonna like make breakfast every single morning and make coffee and have it out for my guests. And then in the afternoon, like at 4:30, we're gonna do wine with appetizer pairings.
Oh.
And I just can't wait. I just want to live there and like have like a little house next door, like where I live with my family, and
then I have
like,
also
have my little B&B. Yeah, exactly. And then Jess will be right there. And then,
I like
Mom,
that story too.
and Nabil, you can visit whenever, but
Why can't I also be right there?
We don't want you there. We don't want you there.
Well,
Carl Custom
So
Creation
basically-
wants in.
Basically, it's a commune.
Yeah.
And we all supply.
Oh,
the
I don't believe in
B&B.
communism. I don't believe in communism.
Well, you weren't invited though.
Yeah.
You're
This is
a
before you.
visitor.
I believe in freedom and not
And-
communism.
Unless you're the bellboy, which in that case,
You'll be
you
working.
can live in the
Working, too.
basement.
You'll be fine. Well, Mary, I'm
Yeah.
go ahead and book me for the first night. I'm there.
yeah, I
I'm on
can't
the
wait.
Is it
first
going to be
night.
haunted?
It's very traditional for bed and
Yes.
breakfasts to have like a week-long opening for like their family and friends to come, so you can like work
Soft
on
opening.
preparations and do all that jazz. So y'all are on the invite list, but Nabil,
Except for
Listen.
at that
Not
point,
true.
Nabil will just do the show. Like you'll be at your house, and then I'll be at the bed and breakfast, and we'll just do the show that way. That'd be great.
Mary, did
Like you're
you?
there.
And Mary doesn't watch like a lot of television, so the answer's probably gonna be no on this one. Did you ever watch Gilmore Girls? No, the answer is no. So
Yeah, 'cause
I
The-
watched like a few episodes here and there.
the way that I picture your B&B is she also has a B&B. It's called the Dragonfly Inn. And that's how I picture it. It's like this beautiful, like kind of old Victorian house. It's very pretty.
Love
Suki is she is the chef there. They have great food. That's how I envision the situation. It is a very nice place. And that's
that.
how I see it. Kind of like small town,
Yes. Yes.
I like
It's,
that.
it's a Warner Brothers set, but it's really nice.
It's gonna be somewhere in nature. Like my bed and breakfast is not gonna be like
Yes.
in town. It's gonna be like out
Oh,
in nature somewhere.
you know where would be a really good place for a B&B in nature is
Dakota?
upstate New York.
Oh, okay.
No,
Honestly,
very pretty.
upstate New York is gorgeous. I've been to Saratoga.
Yeah,
Springs.
you get all the seasons. Imagine like
nice.
some snow coming down. You've got holiday music on, like White Christmas.
I do
The
love
movie.
that. Very in
White
theme
Christmas.
with the
Christmas.
Christmas tree you have in your background. Also, I want to take this
Yes.
moment to say that Jess and I coordinated that we were going to do this cute Christmas theme. I'm in my green sweater here, and she's in her sweater with her Christmas tree. And the two of you are wearing motherfucking black t-shirts.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna let me
It is
debunk
December.
let me
It is
debunk this whole
Christmas
thing.
spirit.
I'm gonna debunk this whole thing right now. First thing, you can't coordinate a Christmas theme without actually telling the real host of the show.
It's
Yeah.
gender
Gonna
wars.
coor-
It's gender wars.
Okay, all right.
What does gender wars have to do with holidays?
That's fine. And then
Holiday
two,
war.
the second you said we coordinated this Christmas outfit, Jess had a look on her face like this is the first time she's hearing of it. So
That's
I'm
not
just
true.
gonna just gonna say nay to this whole
No,
thing.
no. I think
That's not true.
That's
Yeah. Jess, you're really selling that. I just want you to know that right now. You're selling it.
Listen. Mary and I are always coordinated in our heads. You know what I mean? Like we're kind of like telepathic. And when Mary thinks something, I also sometimes think that as well.
Except
That's a
for right
question.
now where you did not.
And you're also wearing pink and not red, which would not be a Christmas
Okay.
theme.
Well,
That's-
But here's the thing, I don't look
Christmas
good in
tree.
red.
You know what?
Yeah, I'm
What-
matching
She's
my
wearing a
Christmas
turtleneck
tree.
sweater,
That's going
Nabil.
on.
That's very
Yes.
festive. A
Look-
turtleneck
It is very
sweater.
festive.
I've
Yeah,
never
turtleneck
seen-
sweater.
Look better
And on
not
camera,
red than Jess.
and on
That's
camera,
what-
Mary, your shirt looks white. So
It does look
Well,
also,
that's tragic, honestly.
I can absolutely tell that it is green.
It's green.
selling out with as well. Jess, good job.
Y'all.
Well, Mary, congratulations. You survived
You made
the
it.
5 questions of death. A lot of
Could've
people
done
didn't
it.
think you were going to make it, and a lot of people didn't think you were going to make it. I, on a personally, thought that you would at least make it through 2, and you did that. So,
I
She did it.
do have.
We have exceeded
She
expectations.
did it.
I kind
I
of
was
want
at low, but that's where I like it, you know?
All right, I am okay. It's one of you. Jess, you seem kind of off.
I seem off?
But a little bit. Are you? Is everything okay?
Fuck you. That can't be true. I
Jess
feel
has
fine.
been having some stomach issues recently. Jess, you want to share your story?
Not in particular, but now that we have brought it up,
Well, we need to know.
I have had some stomach issues as of recent. Last night, Mary and I and our other friend went to a wonderful dinner downtown. This place
was
called
this
the
wonderful dinner?
Backspace. The Backspace. Have you heard of it?
No, I'm not.
Really great pizza spots.
Neapolitan style pizzas. They're very,
Yes.
very delicious. We had
Really
Mary-
good.
Okay, but like I'm meaning like emotionally, like is everything good? Like,
I think that my stomach is pretty emotional.
okay, but are you okay?
You didn't even let me finish the story. There was more to that story.
It gets
There's
better.
more.
It gets
There's
much
more.
better.
You think the story is we went out to eat and that was it? That's the fucking story?
I
There's
don't
more
care
to the
if I can
story.
diarrhea, personally.
Okay, well, you know what? Now we're in it. And I wasn't the one to bring it up, so now you're gonna hear about it. So we go to dinner, everything's going great. We're walking back to the car. I look at Mary, actually both of them are named Mary. I look at Mary and I say, hey, it's not going well. And it was about a 10-minute walk. I had to unbutton my jeans as we're walking to the car because we are cutting it real close. The girls go off, they parked in a different direction. I walk into the parking garage. I go to the third floor where I parked. My car ain't there.
I
So
want
I'm
to
like-
pause. I want to pause the story. Jess Lerner can never find her
Never.
car.
No.
It doesn't
Never.
matter if she parked it
No.
directly in the first spot outside of a
Yeah.
building. Jess does
True.
not know ever
Yeah.
where her car is located, ever.
As a tangent, when we went into the office, I went to San Clemente, which was our old office, big parking garage. I literally one night
It's not
had
a
to
big parking
call-
garage. There are
It's
3 levels.
semi-big. I had to call my
3 levels.
ex-boyfriend and say, I cannot find my car. Come out and help me.
Do you
Anyway,
not
that
have
is
like the
not-
panic button on your car where you can push to make it just keep honking its horn so you can find it like, you know,
Oh,
people
no,
do in
Juan,
movies?
no,
Juan, Jess can't even locate that close to her car.
Yeah,
From the fucking
I'm
signal
not even
work.
close. I'm not even close. So back to the story. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm on the third floor where I remember that I parked. So I'm like, third floor. I know myself. I take pictures. I'm like, third floor, checks out. At this point, we're cutting it really close. And I'm about 10 minutes from my actual house and I really have to use the bathroom. And it's not going well. So I call Mary in a panic. I'm like, Mary, I cannot find my car. I literally had to run across the street to a wonderful gay bar where this beautiful drag queen let me in because I said I was going to shit my pants. And I ran to the bathroom, blew it the fuck up in there, ran out just to find out I was in the wrong parking garage. Wasn't even the right one. So I searched the wrong parking garage for at least 20 minutes where I was like, literally, I was this close to just like dropping down the parking garage and be like, this is it. You know, there are cameras all in there too. So that was my night last night, but we made it. Mary was a good support system. We got
That is so
through it.
funny.
Thank you so much,
Anyway,
Mary.
I
for bringing
think
that up.
Nabil, that's the answer to the question why Jess seems a little off.
So
Yeah, it could be because of that. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go ahead and
Not
I'm just gonna break this down. I didn't give a fuck about any of that. Okay, my hope was this, that you would say nothing and we would kick off gender war, because anytime a man asks a woman what's wrong, you always say nothing, but here you are, open like a fucking dictionary telling me everything, which brings me to my next fucking
Don't
question.
ask.
Which brings me, God, I wish I didn't. And which brings me to my next question about gender wars.
Hold on.
Specifically
Wait.
I gotta
wait,
ask this.
Wait.
I gotta
you
ask this.
cannot ask it yet. You
Why?
cannot ask it yet.
Because girls
Because
go
of all the
first.
things. Exactly. I will not allow gender wars to happen and allow men to go before women. I don't want to
No.
get canceled this early.
Here's
Can't
the
do it.
thing. Here's my argument. Okay, they're bullshit about equality and we're the same. Fuck that. I'm going first. Why
Bear,
do you
okay,
have so
well,
many-
listen. Hold
why-
on before
no,
you
I
start.
got to ask.
I
gotta
will
ask
mute
this.
you right now. I will mute you right now. You wait.
Oh shit.
You wait. Jesus Christ. So before we start, gender wars, I have to give a disclaimer. because we have some people listening for the first time. We have some people that are longtime listeners. Gender wars questions might be offensive. We all know each other. If it offends anybody, sorry, not sorry.
Mulan question.
But we warned you. Full disclaimer. This is
Yeah,
all
Juan must
love.
have offensive questions. That
Maybe.
must mean.
I don't know.
I think ours are very nice. I think
Ours are
very
semi
pleasant.
nice, but also you don't know how
Pleasant.
people may take things. You know.
That's
Or
true.
how
Yeah,
we
like
respond.
Mulan or Mortal Kombat.
Exactly. More combat.
I love
katanas.
Mortal Kombat and Mulan. Who the fuck doesn't? Apparently Jess, who has no soul.
Clearly.
Jess,
Now-
you want Mortal Kombat?
No, I love Mortal Kombat. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm actually really good. I'm really good at the video game as well. Mhm.
No, you're not. You're trash.
Yes,
at it.
I am. I am not. You've never seen me play Mortal Kombat, and I can
have.
tell you
Jess's
that I am
favorite
good.
Mortal Kombat character is Blanca. All right. That's how
No.
much she loves Mortal
Jess's favorite, and I can tell you I don't know any of their names. But Jess's favorite Mortal Kombat character is the lady. She wasn't in the movie. Is the lady that literally is like a spider woman, and she like has wings on her, and she like lets them out. You know that woman? She's like has like all these arms. She is so fun.
You've named two different characters.
No, it's the same woman. It's the same woman. It's the same woman. And then the fun guy, there's two guys with a hat. One guy I like better than the other one. He throws his hat. He's very fun as well.
Who's the guy
And then the
with
guy with the big hammer. I like
Now you're
him
just-
too.
Now you're just saying
Thor?
shit.
No, he's like a big Amazonian man.
Okay, first
I like
off,
him as well.
his name is Nabil, and thank you very much. I like you too. All right, we'll let them have their fucking bullshit round one. Go ahead, ask your stupid fucking
Round one goes to the
lame,
ladies.
horrible questions that are totally out of touch, like always. Go on.
Like okay. Canceled. You're canceled.
Canceled.
And if anybody in
Okay.
chat wants to answer these questions that we ask in any way possible, please, by all means, do it. Because everyone you see on the screen is representing your race and gender and everything else it could possibly represent. So
race?
take
All
offense.
right, fine.
Oh, what's the word? Everything. Everything's
Okay,
represented here.
everything.
We gotta
It was just representing genders and not
nope,
races.
all of it.
Gender
All of
wars.
it. Races, genders, you name it. Ladies, take it away.
Go on.
Mary, you want to start with one of yours?
No, Jess, I think you should start with the bedroom. The bedroom.
Oh, yes.
question.
So this is like a very light question, but I actually am very serious about it because it's been a consistent thing in all of my relationships and
As well
any
as
man
mine.
that I've ever been with.
None of those pictures have been photoshopped. So
Listen, why do guys never change their bed sheets? They never wash them. They never wash
Never.
them. They never change them.
Never.
It's like you
And
can
they-
see crusty ass semen on there, and they'd be like, haha, I'm just gonna sleep in this. Sleep in my own filth. It's
And they also
disgusting.
only have like one pair.
One pair of bed sheets.
That's it.
I'm not kidding. And like,
maybe maybe two.
Right. So this was, I don't know, like probably 2 birthdays ago, I was seeing my ex-partner and I got him a pair of bed sheets for his birthday and he was thrilled. Like, that is crazy. Like, why don't
I
obviously
mean,
selfishly it was for
I think my
me, so you
question
change your
back to
fucking
you is-
bed sheets.
my question back to you is, why the fuck are you getting in that bed? Who's disgusting now?
This is exactly the point. When I sleep, I hardly sleep at anybody else's house because I'm like very scared of bed sheets. I'm also like OCD about bed situations, but like when I would lay down, I would just lay flat and like keep my neck like this. I'm scared to like roll over like some sort of like crusty ass dead animal. You know what I mean? Like what's in those sheets?
All right, I'll say this. I can speak for my earlier years when I was broke. Sheets are expensive as fuck. Listen, I'm just gonna be. Look, that whole concept is wrapped into several things I dislike in life. Right? One, at that point in time, spend a lot of money, and then 2, doing laundry. These are 2 things that are required for me to have to do. I didn't have a lot of sheets, and fuck it, I'm not gonna wash it often. I'll take a bath before I go to bed. Clean my ass. I'm fine. I'm not getting in it sweaty and shit from the gym. But like, listen, y'all gonna have to take it what you got. Like, I'm sorry, it worked. It's better than not having sheets. And rare times I wash them.
Okay, but let's take it back one, because like obviously now, like you're
I got like
you're not
shit
broke,
tons of sheets
right?
now.
Like,
No, I got
Right.
fuck tons of sheets now. I'm good.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
all right, that's fair.
Yeah, now I'm
And do you
now
know-
I'm
and
But
Gucci.
also,
Juan, how often do you change your sheets then? Honest, not fucking
Yeah.
lie.
that's a good one, Mary.
Honestly, I wash my sheets about every 3 weeks.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
See,
not-
even Jess is cringing. 3 weeks? How often am I supposed
that's
to?
all right.
How often am I
That's
supposed to
all
be
right.
washing
I mean,
sheets?
Listen.
At minimum, once
Every
week.
week?
At minimum.
At
Week?
minimum, once every 2 weeks.
I change my bed sheets every week. That is an absolute must.
So,
Must.
I'm gonna
Especially
throw
with
this-
pets.
I'm just gonna throw this out there. Listen, I live at my mom and dad's house. I don't know what ladies you expect me to fucking bring over here. So there's my fucking answer. I don't really give a shit. Okay.
How often does your mom wash
What's
your
happening in
sheets,
that
Bill?
bedroom? What?
How often does your mom wash your sheets?
I love my mom.
I hate that.
Nabil, your mom does not do your sheets.
Do you really live at home? You don't live at home, do you?
Well, I live with my old roommates, but yeah, no, they're my parents. The housing market's fucking insane. What do you guys want me to fucking tell you?
Nabil, I didn't know that piece of information about you, but I just want to say, for your mother, start doing your own motherfucking bed sheets. Like you need to take ownership.
No.
You need to take
No,
ownership
This
of your
woman
bed
needs
sheets.
she has to stay young and have
No.
purpose in life. And I need to keep her spry. So she has to wash my clothes.
Oh
That is
my
absolutely fucking insane. That is ridiculous.
What are you
to me.
talking? I
That is-
text her to get me shit from Costco, box condoms, cigars, steak, whatever I need. It's great. It's why what else are you gonna have a mom for?
I've played online and he's
Okay.
asked his mom to make
It's a
coffee.
good take. It's an
I'm just
interesting
saying,
take.
like it's been a very common thing that his mom will make him coffee, and food. Mom, I need
Wow.
food.
Okay, all right. Total
And-
disclaimer: no, I don't have my mom do that stuff, but she will text me coffee ready, like every day at 3:30. All right, I'm gonna go get coffee.
It's like you're at
wonderful.
work, but it's your mom. You know what I mean? Like snacks are out, free food's here. You know what I mean? For tech companies, it's pretty much the same as having a mom. You know,
I have always said if I moved back to LA, I would move in with my mom because I think it'd be great. I like have this like own space upstairs. It's like its own like one bedroom, like one bathroom apartment, like upstairs. And she would literally make me food all the time. She'd bring me coffee. She's also a salesperson who works from home. Like we just have a blast. We go play pickleball during lunch.
That's what I did today. That's what I put people in.
Listen, I
life.
love my parents. I love my mom. I love my dad. There is no way in hell I could live with either one of them. I couldn't do it. Sorry,
Yeah.
Pops. I could not.
Yeah.
And me and my dad
Yeah.
have a lot in common. We like whiskey. We like to smoke cigars. He loves to play video games. We have a lot of shit in common. Sports. Nope. There's no way I could possibly do it. Nabil is more man than I could ever be. I could not. Can't make this happen.
I've never, it's such an interesting saying, more man than you could ever be. I've never thought that living with your mom would make you more of a man until I met Nabil.
Think about facts, right? Think about the sacrifice. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
You know, I mean, like you are so incredibly manly. Like when your mom washes your sheets, you're like, oh, like you grow a muscle. You know what I mean? You're like, you just like inflate. You know, exactly. Yeah. Yes.
I'm mama's big boy.
That should be on a
Who's your
shirt.
big boy?
We should have put that on a cup.
I'm
We should have
her
put that
big
on your
boy.
cup.
Mama's
I'm more
big boy.
manly because I
Man.
live at home with my mom than you
Yeah.
could ever be.
Yes. Yep.
Nabil,
Nabil,
do you want to ask the first question, or am I asking?
I feel like you're on one. You run it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, here's a question for all women. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Why do none of you believe you're actually not funny to men? Like none of your stories are funny. I've never once actually laughed at a story that you've told. In fact, I was disgusted by your diarrhea
No,
story.
so-
Just hold on. I'm talking. Okay, I'm the man here. I'm talking. All right. None
Mama's
of you,
boy's talking.
This is really just a declarative statement. You're not funny, but answer why you think you're funny. Go on.
I think I'm
Representing
fucking
all
hilarious.
women here. No pressure.
I don't let you take it, Mary.
As
Go on,
somebody,
tell me how funny you are.
as somebody who's never thought I'm funny, I don't think I'm funny. I never expect to crack a joke.
Because I don't think you're funny either.
Yeah, I'm not. It's not. I think self-awareness is a really strong trait to have. I am self-aware that I am not funny. So I think that I am excluded from why females think they're funny.
And that includes my
Mary,
sister. Definitely.
I
my
think I'm
sister.
fucking funny. I am funny. Okay.
That's funny.
I
That
am
is funny.
funny.
That is
I am
hilarious.
funny. And I think, yeah, I do have jokes. I do have fucking jokes.
That's hilarious.
Okay? I think that I light up a room with my charisma and my jokes. And I
No,
think
you
if
don't.
you don't fucking like that, there's the fucking door, buddy. Okay. I think that there are some girls that are funny. I think there are also some males that aren't fucking funny. Nabil
Go
being
ahead and
one
just
of them.
name 5 women that are
You
funny.
know what I mean? 5 comedians, 5
No,
women
oh no,
comedians.
they're
'Cause
definitely.
I'll
not
fucking
funny.
run them.
I'm just saying 5 women that you think are funny. Go on.
I can tell you right now what's going to be really funny is when we end this podcast and I share it to my Instagram and then everybody says that guy's fucking canceled.
Do
it. You are canceled.
Could you tell them to
Cancel.
come onto our show so they can cancel him? Just so we could use a view.
Yeah.
So we could have some viewers. Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Yeah.
Junior Abadi, you're definitely not funny. I've
Yeah,
seen
Junior
your life.
Junior Abity. Just the worst.
You know who I bet is funny actually? Muffin Man, Muffin Jar,
Muffin Top?
Jar
Muffin-
muffins.
Jar Muffins.
I kicked him
bet
out of the
Muffin
family.
Jar
I kicked him out of the
98 is funny.
family. He's done. He definitely ain't funny. He's dead to me. Next. By the way,
Next.
you heard it.
Muffin
You heard it
Jar, I
first.
think you're funny.
They all acknowledged, and then one of them proved how not funny they are. So
It was
now,
true.
why they don't understand they're not funny, I don't know. But
Hmm.
Ladies,
I
the
want you
ball
both
is in
to
your
know-
court.
I want you to know I love you, and please don't hate me.
Oh, I'm not going to be the one that hates you. It's going to be the internet.
Oh, fuck the internet.
Is
Okay,
Shelly
well,
still in here? Shelly, I need you to start a campaign to cancel Nabil.
On to
Shelly's
yeah,
in it.
Shelly will run.
Shelly's already at the courthouse holding up signs.
yeah, yeah. Shelly's a great planner. She's already there.
He has no legal.
Okay. on to
It
question
goes Donald Trump, Nabil. That's it.
He was the best president. He did the best for our economy. He was the
Oh
best.
no! After this,
Oh my
God,
drastic
no.
cancel.
This
Everyone
can't
loves
be.
him.
And
I
here's
mean-
the thing. Like now, this is the real comedy act. I know it's coming. Hear all the laughs.
Juan
I'm ready,
voted for him
buddy.
twice.
He
Knew
has
it.
great hair. He has great hair. What can I say? It's great hair.
Great.
As you once did. Your
Curly,
hair.
luscious locks. Exactly. It
Yes.
looked a lot Trumpish. It was very Trumpish when I updid it. I did a little.
I picture it like that. I picture you like that.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, your skin maybe a little bit on the more orange side. You know, you're maybe hitting the tanning salon a little bit more.
It's spray tan. I'm all orange.
Yeah.
Waff.
Welcome to my world.
Just for my IT folks out there, networking has really fucked me up because you said WAF and I thought about web application firewalls.
Wow, nerd.
A little WAF,
Wow.
Nerd.
aka WAF,
Wow.
WAF, WAF, whatever you please.
They need to fire me because I had no idea what that fucking means. No
Wow.
idea until you said
I
it.
don't
You're an
either,
IT.
and I'm a networking specialist, so we're on the same
No.
page.
No, I have no idea what that
Question,
is.
ladies.
Womp womp.
Yes, my second question for the men on the line and
Hit it, Mary.
again, I would love to hear every male's thoughts on this. Do you think that it is annoying or frustrating to receive messages from your partner while you are out with your friends?
Not really.
I think it depends. I'm gonna say it depends.
I guess it does depend on the frequency of the messages. Like if
Yeah.
if we're having like an argument and then you're just like constantly blowing me up, like obviously I don't want to fucking talk to you, right?
I left for a reason.
Exactly. But like if it's just like you're texting me, hey, what's going on or whatever, like,
Stuff.
no, that doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me at all.
I think like example, right? Like if I'm going to do something with the guys, like I don't know, like I say, hey, we're gonna go poker, for example, right? you know I'm playing poker for a period of time, like, can I be in this moment? Like, I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you. I'm not trying to talk to you, but like, just let me be here. And when I'm done, I'll be with you. But
Be
like,
with you.
yeah,
agree
like
with
give
that.
me the space. You know what I mean?
Do you
Yeah. I agree with that.
just get hurt like if you're not getting a response in like an hour or so?
So I think it's
No.
Jess says no, but I disagree. I think it really depends on the timeline and also like what my partner is doing. Because in my perspective, like if I send my partner a message and like I don't get a response for like an hour or two, like yeah, I'm pretty riled up just because I'm your partner and I think that I deserve at least an acknowledgement, right?
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form. But I think that's mostly because like in return, like if my partner is messaging me and like I'm out with my friends, I think that I always hold myself accountable to that same standard. Like if they're texting me, like I need to make that a priority and text them back.
I think that's interesting. I like for me, and it's funny because I think it changes with every partner that you have. The rapport is different. You know what I mean? I think the relationship is different. I've been in relationships where, you know, I don't talk to my partner for a very long time, you know, which in that instance wasn't always okay. But I think a couple hours, like if you're with your friends, especially depending on what they're doing, like if they're out and they're getting drunk as hell and then they're not responding for like 4 hours, that would bother me. You know what I mean? Because it puts you in question, like, what's my partner doing? That would be a little sketchy. But like if they're at poker, you know what I mean? Or if I know he's like watching a game or eating dinner with friends, like a couple hours to me isn't going to bother me because I know, hey, he's going to get back to me. He's probably like in the moment, right? Because and to Mary's point, that's how I would be, right? I don't hold myself accountable. Like I'm not always going to text you back right away. I have a life. And not to say Mary, you don't, but Mary's just different with her partner. You know what I mean? Every relationship is different.
Right.
If,
You know?
if it's like, I tell you I'm going out or whatever, I tell my girl I'm going out, like,
Yeah.
you think in knowing that, and you send a text to your boyfriend that he's going out, do you think you not getting a text message back in a couple hours, do you think that just like goes down to more along the lines of like a trust issue thing?
I don't think it's a trust issue. I think it's like a lack of respect for our communication.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it. It's not like I don't trust what you're doing or who you're with or what's going on. Like for me, it's just like a basic respect of like, if I am talking to you or trying to communicate with you, like as my partner and as my person, I expect that to be returned in a timely manner.
I mean, I'll be honest, like what I'm about to say, I'm sort of playing a little bit of a devil's advocate, but I can agree with you. If I send a text to my girlfriend who doesn't exist,
And never will.
probably not. I know. My mom has ladies lined up for me, trust me. So do you think it comes down to just like a constant need of acknowledgement from your partner? Because I'll be honest, like if I send a text message and my girlfriend that will never exist, according to Jess, thank you, you're a horrible person, doesn't text me back in a few hours, I'm gonna be like, I don't know, is everything okay? Or like, are they ignoring me? Like, do you think it comes down to just like, I need acknowledgement?
Again,
I
it's
think
like
that
not
depends.
it's not the acknowledgement piece because like I would never text like my boyfriend, for example, like if he's out with his friends, like if I'm texting him, it's about like, hey, like if we're planning on meeting up later, like I'm trying to coordinate that plan for a few hours out, or like I'm trying to like check in and just be like, hey, like I know that you like said you were gonna go watch the game. Like, are we gonna like meet up for dinner? Or are you gonna go home? Like I'm trying to coordinate plans really more than anything, or just like check in, not like have a constant flow of communication. Like, hey, like tell me about your day. Like, how's it going? Like, are you having fun? Like, tell me who's all there.
Yeah. And I think that's different. I think that's different. Like, I feel like if you're checking in with your partner to say like, hey, like, what time are you to be home for dinner? Or like, hey, like, do you need me to come and pick you up? Like those kind of things are like totally fine. And I think I would also say, and I don't know, Mary, like if it took him like an hour and a half to respond, it's not like the biggest thing because it's not like you're holding up a very important conversation. It's just like, hey, just let me know when you can what you're doing. Right. So it's like circumstantial. I feel like if you were in the midst of like a very important conversation, first of all, probably shouldn't be having that when you're with his friends, which I'm guilty of as well. We all have done it. You know, but I think in those moments, it's totally fine. Like, you know, I think if they don't respond within like an hour and a half, it's not an important thing to respond to, but eventually you expect them to respond. I think not responding is I mean, that's unacceptable, obviously. You're never going to see them because you're like, what time do you want me to pick you up? They never answer. That's it.
Guess I'm not going.
Yeah, I guess I'm not coming to pick you up. You're fucking done, buddy.
Yeah, no, I like that.
You
I like
know?
that.
But,
All right.
next question.
Listen, I have I have a question that I'm sidelining because I don't know if I want to go there yet.
Oh, you're gonna go there.
Possibly. We'll call it a lightning round question.
Yeah.
So, ladies, I'm gonna ask you right now, man. Why the fuck can you not pick a meal? Like, just pick. What do you want? What do you want to eat? What do you want to eat?
You know what you want to eat.
You already know. I'm gonna throw out
No, we
suggestions.
I know
don't.
you
No,
know.
we don't.
But
No,
you
we
don't like
don't
my
know what we want.
What
suggestions.
did you three do yesterday?
No,
you
we
ate
don't
pizza and you had the
know.
shits because of it. You
That's
know
all I'm
what you want to
saying.
eat. and
You-
fucking ate it.
No.
You just without deciding what to want. What did you do?
Listen,
What
I
did you
made
do?
that decision. Mary made
What did
that
you do?
decision. And I
Because-
was happy with the decision, but I didn't make it.
we
know
will
what I mean?
ask the question.
There's so many options. I feel like how could you possibly
And that's
you
fair.
want to make
I'll ask the
sure
question like, what are you in the mood for? I don't know. What do you want? It's like, oh, let's do pizza. I don't want pizza. So clearly you know what you
I'm
want.
gonna say
that is fair.
I have a
Yeah,
great
you
response.
did.
I have a
You
great
don't want
response.
the extra
to this.
calories
At
tonight.
least from my perspective,
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
who
do
don't
fucking
say.
says that? Get out of here.
the female perspective, but from my point of view, I like to eat primarily like vegetarian based or like seafood based, right? Like I eat tons of veggies. I don't eat a lot of meat. I eat pretty healthy. And I am dating a Puerto Rican 6'3" man
Chicagoan.
Chicagoan who loves meat and carbs
He's
and
a man.
can
He's
eat
a
like
man.
3,000 calories a day and just like, shrug it off like no big deal. And so for me, at least, a lot of the times, and like for me specifically, it comes down to like I can find something on any menu of like
Yeah.
wherever we go. But like for Adam, it's like if we go to like a health conscious forward place, like he's stuck with like healthy options that like he does not enjoy. And so I feel like a lot of the times, like for me, it's like I don't want to make the choice because I can make anything work. And I feel like guys like cannot do the same thing. And I think like from the female perspective, it's just like the same for all of us. Like we can find something on a menu that we enjoy and like we want like our partners or like whoever we're seeing to like also be happy about the meal. So like we're just like choose what you think and we'll find something that works in that menu.
Sounds really
I
down.
think that's a really, really thoughtful response, Mary. And honestly, I mean, good for you. To my point,
Mm.
I actually have no idea what I want to eat.
Sounds like
And
something
I think,
say.
yeah, that is the honest truth.
And there
I mean,
we
like
go.
that.
There,
Mary's just-
there it is.
Mary's response-
no,
Mary's
That
response
so
was like,
Mary-
overeducated.
Mary gave such an
Overeducated.
intellectual answer, gave such a thought out, well answer to
You're a
solve
good
this
woman.
dilemma for me forever. And then
Yeah.
Jess just brought it right back up to the forefront.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So such an entitled answer too. Like you can't put 2 seconds of thought and effort.
No. I
into
think
just
that, you know,
fucking saying, I want Domino's.
you look at, all right, where is the accent coming from? Did we just add that on?
Everyone hears it. What am I crazy? Say,
Nobody
give me a
hears
sentence.
that.
Give me a sentence. Right? Say a sentence right now. Go on, and I'll repeat to you what you sound like.
Yeah. I'll say a sentence. Fuck.
Yeah. Fuck you, Nabil.
Yeah.
That's
You're making me sound like the woman from Bob's Burgers. I absolutely do
Linda.
not sound like
Oh
that.
my
Oh,
God,
Bobby.
Bobby.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Bobby.
Bobby.
Oh, my little Jean, my little baby Bobby.
Well,
One sounds British.
I just want to say, hey, really quick
Wait,
shout
who's that?
out to Muffin Jar, aka
Dude.
Jar of Muffin.
Muffin
Crushed it.
jar.
Fucking muffin
jar
top.
of
He
muffin.
honestly crushed this. Like for every
Yeah.
man that does this, he said, I just say, guess where I'm taking you to eat? And then I just take them to their first guest because that's what they're on their
I'm
mind.
doing that. That's
Yeah,
100%
honestly,
now the power
fucking
move.
smart.
Fucking brilliant. Like brilliant.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
how are there 2 Jessicas in the room?
I am
that's my
offended.
man right there.
That's what's up. He gets the accent.
That's
He
my
gets it.
man, 100
All right.
grand right there.
All right.
All right, come on.
Muffin jar,
Take it easy,
jar of
everyone.
muffins.
Jar of muffins,
Get outta
muffin
here.
jar.
Get out of here. Jar of muffins, muffin jar.
It's okay, Muffin Jar.
I
She's a cupcake girl anyway. You don't want any part of that.
actually hate cupcakes. Fun fact.
You're a terrible person.
What?
Don't like cupcakes. I
Do you
don't
hate-
love cake. I don't love cake.
Do you
I'm
hate
like
America? You non-American?
Do you want to know the answer?
I'm gonna take a wild
The
guess. as to
real
what she loves.
answer?
Jess
Yeah.
loves a freaking good cannoli. Oh my god. Tell him.
And now I'm not just from the East Coast. Now I'm also Italian, which we've added on to it.
All the
Okay,
same.
Great.
All the same.
Great.
Yeah, you got to give it a Jewish spin, Nabil.
Yeah.
Yes,
Oh
I
my
agree.
god. I love cannoli. That's what Jewish ladies from the East Coast do. They like touch their chest. Let me tell you something, Mary. You're my best friend. Okay.
When have I ever? I have never done
You're
that.
doing it right now.
I did that because y'all were doing it. I absolutely
You
have
are my
never done- I do not
sister.
talk like that.
We coordinated the holidays together. I love you. I love you.
I would just like to say, just to end the question.
Oh my
There
god, wait,
are-
we have to pause because Jamie is really out here fronting that she's about to send us some cannolis from New York.
take
and
it.
Yeah,
Jamie, I just like to
Hi
say,
me. Send it.
Okay.
wherever those
Maybe
get
send
sent,
cannolis from New York.
I will be going to that address wherever.
Send it, Jaime. I know you're coming down for Christmas. Send it.
She's getting them from
Right.
Fazoli's.
From it's still New York.
Hey, that's New York.
She's gonna bring some
Listen.
bagels from New York too, but from Einstein
Now
Bagels.
that those are fucking nasty. Those
Listen,
are
I
the
think all
worst
bagels are just. I think all
Now-
bagels are disgusting except
I
for like
love
cinnamon
bagels.
raisin because it tastes like a
The
cinnamon roll.
Bagels are
To be honest with you.
amazing.
Cinnamon raisin are the best, but there's outside of that, I'm not a bagel guy. It's just
That
tough
is
ass bread.
insane.
Like, give me
That's
softer bread.
insane.
Stop.
We've
You
done
don't
it.
like
We've done
I
it.
do.
bagels?
Yeah,
No.
that's
Bagel
crazy.
breakfast sandwich with like
Bagel
eggs?
might. All right,
Mary.
listen.
Bacon, egg, and
Bagel-
cheese.
Mary.
Might be the
Thank you.
worst
A bacon,
bread
egg,
for
and
a
cheese.
breakfast
And
And
sandwich.
you don't even need it on a
period.
bagel.
You're not.
The
You're,
worst-
you're out of the bed and breakfast, and I'm in.
Hey,
Yep.
listen,
Yeah,
I'll be
Nabil
more than-
in,
thank you,
Paul, you're
Pops.
out.
it's
We
just
all
some
bagels.
thick ass hard bread.
That's crazy.
I want some
Who eats
tough ass
all-
bread.
Are you eating crusty old bagels? Like, what the fuck?
Any bagel.
Yeah, I don't
Tough ass
understand
They're
that.
giving you bagels.
Bro, just
Fuck
go
that.
to a fucking
What the-
bagel shop on the morning it
No.
opens.
Carl,
and they
what
have
kind of
bread
dirty ass
bagels.
bagels did you give your son?
I'll eat a biscuit.
Jesus
Okay,
Christ.
listen, name every other like
This is
breakfast
getting out of
bread,
control.
and it's 1,000 times better than a bagel. Croissant,
Okay.
biscuit,
That's not true.
toast,
True.
No.
like all of it. I'll take
Bagel
all of
and
it.
cream cheese is the best cheat meal.
Nah, bump that. No.
because you're an
What did you
idiot.
say, Nabil?
I said bagels and cream cheese is the best cheat
Oh.
meal.
And I would just like to make it known, it is not bagels and cream cheese. It is bagels and schmear. Now, if you want to be incredibly
Oh,
accurate,
yeah. It's bagels and
schmear.
schmear.
Here.
Yeah, it's bagels.
Like
and schmear.
bagels
That's
and
what it is. It's bagels and schmear, baby. That's it. And if you're looking to have something in New York, you can get them in any bodega. I personally don't love. I mean, I love bagels, but like on with my bacon, egg, and cheese, little salt, little pep. You got some ketchup, and you get it on a hard roll, and that's the way we do it.
I disagree.
I'll do
with
a hard
the
roll.
ketchup, but I'm on board with everything else.
Yeah.
It is the
Miss
roll.
all that ketchup.
Ketchup,
It's
I'm
all
not
about
on.
the roll life. But also, I mean, bagels are great. You have to have a real bagel. Now you don't get them here. Although Nervous Charlie's Deli, I don't know if any of you
Really
guys have been
good.
there. Really good bagels. They have really good bagels there.
If I had like, do they? So because I've never lived in a bagel town. Like, do the bagels come out hot and fresh outside of in a sandwich? Like, if I ordered like I want a bagel and schmear,
Cream
sorry,
cheese.
schmear.
Yeah.
Do I get
No.
like? Does it come out hot or is it just
Yeah,
like
it
room
comes out-
temperature?
No, it
ass bagel?
depends. The
Yes,
good
it
the good
comes out
places make
toasted.
bagels. No. Stop everything. No. They make them in the morning, a lot of the good places, but they ask you if you want it. Sometimes they come out warm if they're like coming out from the oven, bagel makers there, whatever. But a lot of the time they'll ask you because I'm not somebody who loves my bagel toasted. If it's a
Oh
good
my
bagel,
God,
I do
was
not want you
literally-
to toast
I
it.
was literally just about to say only criminals don't get their fucking bagels toasted.
I
Jessica,
don't
like
what
it
the
toasted.
fuck do you mean?
No.
So you
It's
just
not
take your
toasted
like
bagel.
room temperature ass bagel, you slice it in half, and then you put
If it's
cream
a-
cheese on
if
it.
it
I'm
is-
sorry.
If it is a
Smear.
bagel,
Ignore her.
if it is a bagel that was made that morning, it should be
See,
Amazing.
all
There's
this,
no reason to toast it.
all this
No.
is why bagel is the bottom of the breakfast
You're an
bread
idiot.
totem pole.
Well,
Insane.
I'm just saying, if
Bottom.
you go to Nervous Charlie's, you can ask them to cut it and toast it. It's gonna come warm with that little schmear on top. It's gonna be fucking delicious.
This is
Okay?
where Carl
but-
messed
Go
up
and get
his
it
parents,
toasted.
because
Don't
clearly
be-
your taste buds towards bagels is totally fucked
Nervous
up.
Charlie's isn't
You
a
can
real
put
bagel
gumbo on it and
place.
it'll
It
still
is, but
taste
it
like
isn't.
shit. Yes.
I also
Yeah,
need
make
to
it Cajun,
interject
baby.
because one of my best friends, I love this question that she asks people. It's like, what is your serial killer trait? Like Jess's serial killer trait, for example, is that she likes bagels and toasted. Like that's a big deal. So I would like to hear, in your
If they're
opinion,
fresh
what
bagels,
your
all like,
serial killer trait is.
oh, I murder people.
That's pretty straightforward. That's
Knew
pretty
it.
straightforward.
Nabil's the new Dexter.
Great show, by the way. Have you guys been
Great
watching
show.
this season? Fuck it
Wow,
all.
Great.
on
It's so good.
Showtime.
God.
Yep. Very good.
Trying to
I
think
love
what
him.
my serial killer trait would be.
My serial killer trick is
I think yeah, absolutely. And you let her clean your bed sheets. And
Who
you
would
make
it?
fun of women. You make racial slurs towards women. That's pretty serial killer-ish.
Jess
Or
is
just
so-
makes you an asshole.
Jess-
I don't know which one.
Jess is so mad that I rejected her. Anyway, here's my next question.
I don't even listen, when you guys asked if I would marry you, I may not have said I'm a lesbian, but I wasn't happy about it. You know what I mean? And there's one reason why.
Go on.
Can you
Was it him?
take a guess? No, it wasn't Nabil at all. No, definitely wasn't Nabil.
I don't care to put more than 2 seconds of thought into this.
If you can't tell, I'm glaring at you through the camera. Yeah.
Because you're so in love with me?
Are
Yeah.
you confessing your love to him right now?
Can you imagine?
This is how it happens.
Y'all girls.
It gets all quiet, and I'm like, Nabil, actually, I've been wanting to tell you something. I think I could make it probably. I think I could be really convincing. I really do. I really think I could do it, and you would
Nabil's
believe me.
reaction is
And he's gone, just like that. That's
See you
all it took.
later.
That's all it
Goodbye.
took.
all right. Next question.
We're back. Next question.
I can appreciate that you guys take 47 hours to put on makeup just to be late to everything you do. But when it comes to your beauty, well, talk about serial killer traits. Why the fuck do you shave off your eyebrows just to draw it back on or tattoo it back on? Because we can kind of fucking tell and it looks fucking weird. You look like a stagnant anime character. And listen, I'm not here to date Vegeta. I would like you to be a normal human being, but I'm just curious as to why you would do such a thing.
So I'm gonna answer this, and I think Jess is gonna be in line with me. Jess, are your eyebrows filled in right now?
No.
Okay, well, they just look great. My eyebrows are filled in right now. With that being said, I want to say that in the 2010s, like the 2010 period, that decade, thin eyebrows were like the
Your
trend.
thing.
Like
Yes.
every girl
Just the
wanted
line.
thin. Yes, like every
Yes.
girl wanted like the
The
thin
thing.
line. That was the trend. That was what every
Yeah.
girl that was cool was doing. And so every girl
Yeah.
did that for like 5 to 7 years, where we just like wax or like tweeze. And unfortunately, as I've come to find out, and many other females, the
Yeah.
hair does not
Doesn't
grow back.
Yeah.
It does not grow back. After you've
No.
tweezed it or waxed it for a certain
That's
amount of time, it's gone. And so
You
it was
fucked.
this, like super trendy thing. And now bitches like me have to fucking fill in their goddamn eyebrows when I
Because
used to
thick
literally
eyebrows are a
I
thing.
literally used to have a unibrow and like
Yes.
eyebrows down to like the bottom of my fucking eye.
Yeah.
And now
Yep.
they're
They're
thin
so
as hell,
thin.
and
Yeah.
it's really disappointing because
Now
Mary-
I feel you, ladies. I just need to just to show, because I get you. But let me.
We know what you're talking about. We absolutely know what you're talking about. We do.
Right, like, you know.
Okay. Well, that's not.
That's-
Cindy, when
I
do
mean-
you see that on Bumble?
I'm just
I mean,
saying it
that
Is
lady
happens.
that a walrus?
just gonna
Is that
do
a
it.
walrus?
I'm saying this is a whole thing. This is a whole thing here.
plucking hell.
I'm just
Yes, see, that's
saying.
the issue, is that everybody plucked too hard. Everyone plucked too hard.
guys
We
flew
went
hard.
too far. And
I
it
will
never
say-
came back.
Mary, this is not for the guys, but I think I told you that recently because I had a scar when I went to Puerto Rico and then it went away. But I recently got my eyebrows laminated. I don't know if you've ever tried that. It has been
Where you put a
a
screen protector on your eyebrows?
game changer.
Are you putting it? You're not
It's
putting
like
it.
It is
dye
literally,
almost.
it is, no, it's not a dye. My
Oh.
eyebrows aren't dyed at all. Yeah. So it's literally this thing where it's almost like a very strong, like, I don't know what kind of chemicals it is, like a strong, like glue type situation. And it makes your eyebrows, like you can't really see them, but look like kind of feathered eyebrows. So that makes
don't
them
know
look
what that means.
thicker.
I'm gonna
It
ask you
makes
a
them look
question.
thicker.
Has any dude ever been like, hey girl? All right, there's a
Yes.
lot of women here.
Yes.
There's a lot of women here. And I noticed your fucking eyebrows. And I want
I
it.
like
Damn,
that.
girl.
I want it tonight.
I saw your eyebrows from across the room when I walked into this club.
It's like no guy
You
has
got the
ever
hottest damn
approached
eyebrows
you
I've ever seen.
or gave a shit about your eyebrows.
No,
And women have the
But-
goddamn decency to not look like Anthony Davis out there. So I think it's fucking okay to not laminate your fucking eyebrows like it's a goddamn binder.
Serious question. Has
Uh,
a guy actually like not somebody
Has a
you're
guy ever?
dating, not
That
someone you're
was
dating,
not.
an
Yes,
actual
not
like
someone
guy
I'm
at a bar
dating.
comes and be like, damn girl, them eyebrows is killing it right now.
Shit,
Let
like
me
you buy you a
fucking
drink.
tell
Sexy
you.
as fuck with them
Let
eyebrows.
me see if he's online right now on our
Guys,
call.
Eyebrows
don't-
on fleek, like used to be a fucking
was a
like
thing.
point man.
For women.
Yes.
Not
Eyebrows on fleek, eyebrows on fleek, eyebrows on fleek.
Yeah, that was like
Literally,
girls hyping
guys
other
fucking
girls up.
love.
No,
that
it
was
wasn't.
just
Let
guys
me-
like, yo, girl, your eyebrows
Let me
on
tell
fleek.
you.
Yes,
Let
Yes,
me tell
exactly.
you. Mary's boyfriend,
yes.
this is a true story,
This is
has literally said, wow, between you and Mary, your eyebrows look amazing tonight. Literally, her boyfriend.
I'm gonna put an
verbatim.
asterisk by your boyfriend because your boyfriend also grew up in a house full of women.
He did.
So there's
Yeah.
a little different. It's a little different,
I'm just saying.
but touche.
That absolutely has happened. Adam
It has
thinks that-
happened.
Adam, my boyfriend, does think that women like to be complimented on their eyebrows. Which
I'm sure they do.
Which
I'm sure
they
they
do.
Now, I don't
Yeah.
think there's a
We
doubt that if a
do.
guy actually I don't think there's a doubt if a guy actually compliments
Ooh,
you on
we
your
got-
eyebrows, you'd be like, "Ooh, fucking weirdo, don't look at me."
We
Okay.
got drama.
No, I'm
We
sure you would love it, but no dude
Oh.
would ever approach you because of your eyebrows.
Listen,
Nobody
I'm
cares in that way.
gonna be 100. Mary, we got some drama. Apparently, Adam telling girls in the office they got nice eyebrows too. He over here telling Junior
Shit,
Abity
oh, that's my sister.
that
Hey man,
she
don't be
got
talking
some
to my
nice-
sister
that's all
like
I'm
that, man.
saying.
Don't be talking to my sister like that, man.
Listen. I'm just calling it how I see it, and you might need to tune your man's up. That's all I'm saying. Apparently,
might
you
need
ain't
to
the only
say
one
goodbye to your
with nice
boyfriend.
eyebrows.
I'm
So
just saying,
Because you about to get these paws, fam.
I always knew Adam had.
Motherfucker's about to get
a crush on
deported
me.
straight to
I
Chicago,
always knew it.
first class.
He's only complimenting girls. He's trying to.
He ain't tried nothing, man.
Mhm.
He ain't tried a
Mm.
goddamn thing.
Heard that. Mm-hmm.
Better stay
I
quiet.
didn't, but I heard
baby.
that.
But no, it really is my boyfriend's go-to compliment from females, just like random people. Like he'll just literally be like, "Your eyebrows look great."
Eyebrows are really good. And you know what? I
It's
remember
fucking ridiculous.
specifically. I remember specifically that day. I honestly did think they looked good. So
Like such a
no, he's
memorable-
right.
Such a memorable day for Jess.
I remember it because the compliments I get from Adam are far and few in between. So it's a win. It was a win. You know what I mean? That was a day.
Jamie
He's
just
making you
said-
earn it. That's how you know
Jamie
they're
just
genuine when he
said-
gives them.
I just say this. Jamie just said that Adam could be her child.
What do you mean your
You-
child, huh? What the fuck's that supposed to mean? Don't get corrected when you come down here, woman. What the fuck you having kids with?
Dying. That is so funny.
Ladies, the ball is in your court.
I feel so bad because I'm asking
Oh,
like,
yeah.
some really, like scathing, like mean questions.
Listen,
I wish you guys would ask those questions back.
that's why I feel bad about my sideline question, my bonus round
bad.
question, because it's
And,
I-
and by the
I-
way, Jess, Mary, you're taking this like fucking champs. I love you both. I want you to know that.
You do? That leads me into my next question. I'm not even fucking kidding.
Okay.
This is literally the question. Is farting in front of a guy a turn off?
I stopped talking to a girl This is a true story. When I was in college, I went over to this girl's house and we were hanging out, and like you guys get that my humor is like dry and sarcastic and comes out of left field and it catches you off guard. Well, it caught this. No, it was because you're humorless. It caught this girl so off guard. Like whatever my joke was, that she like abdomen laughed and farted at the same time, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so disgusting." I was like, "Oh man." She apologized. I'm like, "Oh, that's cool. I think I gotta go," and I fucking left. 18-year-old Nabil did not know how to handle that. He got in his Grand Cherokee and fucking hightailed it. Like, there's no way I'm gonna get in bed with a farter. Okay, that is just not happening.
Nabil, I feel so bad for this girl. Like, she just like,
she's probably listening now.
She did not mean to do that, and you were just like fucking like, see ya.
Good.
Like,
I hope you're listening. Don't ever fart in front of men again.
Nabil, honestly,
This poor girl probably hasn't farted in years. I'm just throwing it out there.
She's been holding it in. She's been holding it in since that day.
Gotcha.
And Nabil, wasn't that like fucking, I mean, you're 18, it was probably like 45 years ago.
Women like older men. I see why you're in love with me. Go on.
Love that. Well played. I'm telling Austin. Well played.
Well, yeah,
Austin,
see it. And Nabil's in.
I agree with the jar of muffins here. It is not polite for anyone to fart in front of anyone. I got pissed off because one farted in my car once, and I was like, "Bro, get the fuck out of here! You never laugh at my car again."
Tried to hold it. I think so. Here's the thing. I don't think it's like. I mean, is it disgusting if anyone does it? Yes, but I am also a child and will laugh. So as long as the person, as long as she doesn't then get offended because I died laughing, then we're good and we're gonna make it, because I'm gonna laugh, because that awkwardness is only cherried on top with a laughter because she didn't mean to fart and I am dying laughing because of it. So yeah, I don't find it as like a turn off. Now, I mean, you're probably not getting any that night, to be 100, just because that's going to be in my head nonstop. The smell, you can't unsmell smells. You know what I mean? Like there's an odor.
I'll be out of traffic for at least a month and a half.
Yes, I'm gonna.
You might as well cheat on me. Like we're good.
If it was date night and like you ripped ass like on date night, listen, we're gonna be limited because there's just gonna be some things.
If you went and had pizza with Mary and Harry, and then you had a kind of a stomach issue and came home to me,
right? And it also depends on like the levels of it, right? Are we talking like a little tutor, or are we talking just like a DEFCON 5 check your draws?
If you had to unleash a brown dragon at a gay nightclub and then came home to me, we're good.
Here's the thing. I just want to. I'm gonna. There's multiple different things going on here. Number fucking one. My boyfriend is the best man.
He's a fucking trooper.
I called him after, like right after it happened, and I was like, "Oh, you will not believe what happened to me," and he handled it like a fucking champ. I basically had to, and he honestly, I picked him up after he came here. We had a great night. Okay, no issues with that. I think if you now I will say, when you are newly dating someone, there is a proper etiquette. I think that you uphold
right now.
That you uphold with a new partner. Now, when you get into the nitty gritty of your relationship, you're a human being. Like if a fart slips out, you're saying you're gonna walk away and be like, I don't love this person anymore. Like you stink, you're gross, you farted.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
There are two differences
in what you
did. I left when I was 18, and I'm gonna fucking leave again now.
There's a big difference in
that's the maturity I'm talking about.
In shitting your soul out. Yeah. And then getting nasty afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Like these are.
No. That was not implied. I meant a great night, as in like we had a nice night. I obviously.
Okay. I thought you were talking about y'all had a great night. Because I was say that's why I was mortified.
No. My partner. I can see how that could be confusing.
And you want to talk about men's bed sheets? Then you are just fucking life with. You're the reason.
I am a sick fucking sad.
You nasty motherfucker.
I should have candy.
You out here shitting your drawers and still trying to get some. Nope.
No, we
get
had
all in.
we had a very nice evening. We watched American Idol's worst performances and went to bed. If you think for 1 second that I'm going to have sexual encounters with my boyfriend when my stomach is not well,
Play a
you are
dangerous
sadly
game, and we
mistaken.
all know it.
A dangerous fucking game. Okay.
Gambling,
Absolutely
darling.
fucking
You
not.
out here
But
gambling.
I'm saying I was very open about it, right? I think there's a proper etiquette at the beginning. You uphold, and then like it happens. You're a person. What happens when you live with that person? You know what I mean? Like you expect to
Yeah.
not
I mean,
fart or you know,
my dad will
whatever.
never admit this, right? But I remember very often my dad farting and pulling the sheets over my mom's head. Like that's love. Like that's
That's
part
love,
of it.
baby.
That's
That's
love.
it.
You fight your way out of it. But
That's heaven, huh?
that's love, man. That's what it's about.
Yeah, that's right. But you know, the first like few months, like that shouldn't be. You know what I mean? Like it's funny once in a while, but it's like it might
Are
be a little bit.
are
too
you
much.
guys the type that like will want your man to talk to you while you're in the bathroom?
Oh,
Like,
this
when I'm
goes back,
peeing?
this literally goes back to ODDP. Like I wanna throw it back a few episodes. The open door dumping policy that we discussed.
Yeah, because I'm walking the fuck out of the house.
Barry, I feel like you automatically should get a
That-
cup for
I don't do that.
referencing an old episode and a
Yeah.
topic brought up. Bravo.
Absolutely.
I'm,
agree.
I'm throwing it back a few
I
episodes
agree.
to ODDP. Yeah.
That's a
Which is
real,
still
that's a-
mind-blowing
that's
to
an
me,
appreciated
like,
fan. That's what
That's
that is.
an appreciated fan. Like it's still
I
mind
want
blowing
the
to
blue
me that,
shark gummy.
that as a kid, like my dad's routine when he'd get off of work is like immediately go to the bathroom and he would shit with the door open. And then like my mom would join him and like they're having a conversation and shit. And he would like, come here, son. I'm not going in there. It smelled like ass. And I would have to go in there. And you're still watching Pops. I didn't like it. And it's disturbing. And I gotta go to therapy. because of it. I didn't like it. It was like, how is that like a normal process? Like, close the door. I can talk when you get out. It's fine. I don't get it. Don't talk to me all this shit. It's my time.
I mean, I think that like when you're I hate the word shitting. When you're shitting, I use it, but it just seems so bad. When you are shitting, I think it's a very private thing. You should have the door closed.
I agree.
I think you're on your own because I think that regardless, human or
Oh,
not,
I'm
it's a gross
undressing.
thing.
I'm having an
I'm
intimate
gross
moment.
with myself at points, but I think when you're peeing, I pee with the door open all the time. I do it at Mary's. I talk to me, you know what I mean? I'm just like, there's no problem with the pee situation. I think like taking a shit is a totally different thing.
I agree completely. I in no way, shape, or form support ODDP. However, I do
Not a fan.
support ODPP.
OPPPPP.
Listen, that's a clear
OPPP.
line, I think, difference between guys and girls right off top.
Yes.
I have never in my life ever took a piss with any guy in the room and held a conversation while I was peeing. However,
You guys have urinals.
we're not
I don't wanna
talking.
Fucking talk to
What
anybody.
the fuck are you talking about? We're
No,
not
like, I'm
talking.
talking about
Wait.
like
Like if you and Nabil go
We
to
don't.
the bathroom together, if it was to
don't.
happen,
Here's how
there's
funny this is.
urinals,
No,
you
what?
guys
Let
wouldn't
me
talk?
be very real with you. Here's how funny this would be. Nabil and I could be in full conversation walking into the bathroom.
We
We'll
not
walk
say
into the
fucking
bathroom.
word.
We will split, still talking, get to the urinal, stop talking while we're pissing, and then we will flush, and then we will continue conversation.
This is like
That is
standard
so
across
strange.
all men.
Absolutely.
This is very standard. I'm not, listen, when my hand is on my junk, I don't need to
That's
talk to you.
fine.
I don't
There's
want
no
another
reason for me to
man's
talk
voice.
to you right now. Like,
I don't
what
want
are we
another
talking
man's
about?
voice.
I had a job.
I think that is incredibly strange.
Wow.
It's incredibly
If you
strange
want to
that y'all
talk to
will
other
go into the
people-
But you're
same
fine.
stall of a girl peeing to hold a conversation.
Wait.
That's weird.
But
Yeah, well,
Your shit.
But I have been read into the open door dumping policy, and like guys are just like shouting out the fucking door to like their other dudes,
Yeah.
like
Out
about
the door.
shit.
Out
So,
the
but
door. I
what
can't
is-
see
I don't
him.
understand
Yeah.
how it's
I
cool
agree.
to like talk to someone when you're shitting, and it's not cool to talk to someone when you're peeing. That
Visuals.
makes no sense.
Visuals. The door can
Yeah.
be open. I can be taking a shit. You can be out of the room and I can yell at you. I'm not looking at you. If I'm taking a piss, I don't need to stare at you and take a piss.
But like when you're peeing, you're at urinals. Like
Okay.
if like Nabil goes to one on this wall, and like you go to one like on the opposite wall, like you're not looking at each other.
Well,
I'm gonna be
first
honest,
off,
and
we
here's the
gotta
weird
check
thing.
Back, so we pee back to back. So I'm peeing on the floor. He's peeing. I don't know what.
here's
I just want to make
here's
sure
the
my
thing.
homie is covered. You know what I
That
mean?
is, in a man's life, that is the closest any man ever gets to him with his pants down. That's not a doctor.
Yeah.
Facts. This guy is less than a foot away from me with my hand on my junk. I don't.
I don't want
There's
that.
nothing important in the world that we need to talk to for this less than 2 minutes I'm here at this urinal taking a piss. There, any topic you can think of can wait until we're done. And I got 2 minutes, 2, 3, 5 minutes no one pisses for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Literally 3 minutes at your longest. And then we can talk. We can
you have kidney
wait.
stones at that point, but
We can wait.
I mean, a grown man will.
Yeah, I agree.
But a woman has to I can't live without talking. I need you to come into the stall with me while I.
Well, maybe there's something that we have to say.
conversate.
I also just saying. I also think it's, I'm going to get a little political here. I think it's a little different to be a female in a dark bar when you're intoxicated. You go with your friends to the bathroom because that's what makes you feel safe. Also, to add to that, females aren't always nice to other females. So going to the bathroom can be
you in the bathroom when you want to go piss.
of them.
Are y'all getting fucked up in bathrooms?
I need to say a very serious example. It happened on Halloween night. Okay, this is what happened. And I went to the bathroom by myself. This is a prime example. I go to the bathroom.
Okay.
We were on Dirty 6th Street. We were celebrating Halloween and also my birthday. That Nabil didn't remember. Yeah, Nabil didn't remember, but that's fine. And so we're out on Dirty 6 and I try to go to the bathroom by myself. There are these two girls that are at the doorway. They're very intoxicated. They're kind of falling over. And long story short, I think that they're waiting in line because they're at the bathroom door, right? Like the door is open. I think they're waiting in line. So I'm just kind of standing out there, just waiting. A few minutes goes by, nothing's happening. No one's coming out or in. So I say, hey, are y'all waiting in line? That's all I say. And literally these two girls turn to me and start verbally assaulting me about rushing them and how I am being like how I'm overstepping. And I'm saying it very nicely, but they were like, bitch, what the fuck do you want? We're trying to fucking do this shit right here. Can you just not there's another fucking bathroom. Can you go to that one? And I was like, okay, there's 3 stalls open. I'm sorry. Can I just step by you and go pee? And they're just like, what the fuck? Who do you fucking think you are? I swear to God, I shit you not. That is exactly what happened to me. On Halloween night, 3 stalls open. And if I would have had Jess there, she would have started clocking bitches.
So I literally was just about to say, where the fuck was I?
Yes, you were upstairs.
I literally would have started with my own shit.
That's absurd. Y'all are
no grown
violent
man has ever
individuals.
spoken up to me in such a manner.
Are fucking mean. They're fucking
mean. They are mean. They are mean. Or really nice. Either one. It's your true character.
Really nice.
You're
really mean.
Really nice. Your true character really comes out in the bathroom, I would say. And there are some girls like myself, I just stick to myself. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to go to the bathroom here. If other girls talk to me, I'm like, oh yeah, so nice. I'm just here to use the restroom, but I usually have a friend with me so I can talk to them and not focus on some other girl trying to fucking either beat me up or chat with me about something I don't care about.
So
you know what I mean? Either or.
Let me ask, how often do ladies gossip about me in the bathroom?
Well, Nabil, it'd probably be every single time you're out with us ever.
What do you say?
I know.
And what do we say?
What are y'all saying about me?
I say that I'm in love with you.
Typical.
Yeah.
Knew it.
Nabil,
I told you. I knew it.
I had some really strong feelings after we wiggle wormed our way out of Dirty
I was
Bills.
about to talk about that at the start of this fucking episode and how
Dirty Bills.
Such a fucking boss. Let me go ahead and tell you guys something. The only person that was aware of this was Adam, that I was having a near fucking, I go out all the time. I don't drink. I don't and I'm cool. I'm fine. But we were at a bar that was so packed and just so on each other.
My favorite bar.
What was that?
It's my favorite bar.
Oh, man, that night it sucked. I was having a near panic attack. I'm like, how the fuck do I get the fuck out of here right now? I can't. And we would go from the stuff we were at the very back, and so we have to go through the fucking aggro crag just to get the fuck out. And I'm trying to weave in front of Mary and try to lead, and I'm like, I can't move. And Mary was like, it's okay, Nabil, I got this. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. And I just grabs me and Saving Private Ryan's the shit and just fucking gets us through there. It was like that scene from Game of Thrones where Jon Snow is battling back for Winterfell, and he's getting smothered in the fight. And then the other clan, nobody gives a shit about them. The other clan comes in, and but that's Mary. And
it is a spoiler alert.
You
just see this hand come in, the hand of God himself, to pull you out of the muck.
It was honestly the craziest. Actually, it was the most packed that I've ever seen Dirty Bills. It was actually fucking nuts.
I
And
literally
just like to
had
say on
a blast.
record. I just like to say on record, I am a 5'4", like
She is a tiny
tall woman.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I feel pretty accomplished with my ability to navigate through this crowd and also just kind of like push people over.
But I also
She did.
think
At one point in time, somebody was
also
like, "Hey,
think-
listen, I'm trying to get out," and she was like, "I don't care." Yeah, we're trying to get out. I don't care.
Nabil, was that the
think it
first time
makes
in your
it
life you had a lead
easier.
blocker? Like, I feel like it's always the other way around. Was it your first time?
It usually is the other way around, and that was the first time because I was like, I just couldn't. And like here's the thing: the only way I'm navigating through that is if I'm literally shoving people, and I'm going to start several fights. And so
you
I'm like,
might kill
sitting here
somebody
trying to not might.
because you're
will.
so
Yeah.
strong.
It's way better for me to get into a fight and for Nabil to have my back than for Nabil
Absolutely.
to get into a fight
Touche.
and for me to have his back because I'm fucking
Well,
useless.
Because no
If
one's
the
gonna
fight
say
breaks
shit to
out.
you with him behind you. Like,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
great
no.
thing about it. Like,
Someone's gonna say some shit to me, like, "Hey, buddy! All right, we're all standing here."
get the fuck out of the way.
How did and now they have the accent too. That's so funny. How did that happen?
Well, they were all your.
How
Listen.
about boys.
They're all your relatives.
They're all,
They're all my
On
cousins.
that note, we
Dirty
have,
Bills is all my
fourth,
cousins.
we have our fourth question for the
We
boys.
do have our fourth
actually,
question.
is it our fourth? Oh, it's a fourth. Yeah, it is. A
Fourth
This is
question.
our fourth, the female.
Good
fourth.
counting. Good counting, everybody.
And this one is a little bit more serious, and we want to hear the response in both a friendship and also a relationship
We
perspective.
didn't ask our questions, but go on.
Yeah, it's
We'll
true.
go
It's true.
back.
They did it. They didn't ask the
No,
question.
no. Mary's on. Go on.
You just asked the question about why do we have to pee?
No, that was
No,
a
no, no,
segue.
That wasn't a
just
real
like we're just having
question.
a
Yeah, that was a
conversation.
segue.
Oh, what?
It was a segue. It
Oh,
was
He was
from
just like actually wondering. That feels
Yeah.
like a question though. You're right.
Okay,
man.
I thought it was
That's
a question like why do women always go to the restroom together? I thought that was the question.
Oh no.
No.
But it's fine.
No.
Go ahead.
All right,
You teed it
go.
up. So
Let's
you
Yeah,
not-
go on.
good.
You
Yeah.
keep this bitch up. Let's go.
Okay, well, this is you'll probably have more fun to end on, so this is a good one. In terms of friendship and a relationship, either or, what do women sometimes do or say that unintentionally hurts men's feelings?
It's a good one. Really is a good one.
Mm.
Nabil has no feelings.
Yes.
Yeah, I've never been once hurt by a woman, so I don't know. My mom
Except for
said
your
no to me.
mom.
My mom said no to me once for
Knew
dessert.
that was coming.
and that
Yeah,
was-
she said no to the laundry and Nabil lost all of it.
Nabil, I'm not making you coffee again at 3:30 every day. That's
no
hurtful.
means no.
Okay.
No, means no.
Let's
You
not.
said your mom makes you coffee at 3:30 every day.
Let's not get out of hand. Jess, okay, just not right now. Okay, it's a stressful conversation. Just
It is
not now. Okay, whatever.
high pitch voice. I love it.
Oh man, I'm trying to think. Like fuck. I think sometimes if I'm having like trying to have a serious conversation about how I feel, like sometimes it's like really intense, and if it means it's putting like a girl on the spot, and if it's like somebody you're dating, like I would say what hurts my feelings is a mannerism of laughing off something I'm intentionally trying to like communicate.
Yeah.
That is something that I could say hurts my feelings.
Hmm.
Or just like I've had a friend before and think it's funny, but and I don't say all women do this, but like sometimes women have a leeway to be more handsy than men do. And so I think this is just like maybe a Nabil thing, but like sometimes I don't like getting fucking touched. And I had a friend that like sometimes would like we wouldn't even be doing anything. I wouldn't even make a joke, but I'd get like slapped. I remember one time it just happened and I just like kind of lost my shit. It made her cry. And so I think something that I think like just being overtly like physical, that like is just like that can be upsetting, but also the disregarding of when I'm trying to be serious and have a serious dialogue. To me, that like I think most men have a really hard time with getting in touch with their feelings and communicating.
Yeah.
So like whenever you try to and it's like disregarded, it like that's like really upsetting.
And so
Yeah.
I have a question on that. What does it look like to you, Nabil, to like intentionally try to have a conversation versus like a female, whether that's a friend or a partner, like being able to like what do you put in place for somebody to decipher when you're just, you know, having a casual conversation and when there's like intentional reason behind.
So I've learned with
Mm.
me personally, like I understand that like I have a naturally like more upbeat tone to me. And so a lot of the things that I say can come off very like jokey. And so I've had to learn to really preface like the conversation. And so I'm not sure if this is answering your question, but for me, like I just had to learn to like, all right, like I need you to focus with me on this one. Like this is something I just like, I don't want to upset you. I don't want to do this. I'm like, I have to really like lay out a foundation before I say what I have to say. Because I also know like sometimes when I'm having to say something serious, it could also hurt your feelings. Because it's not like sometimes you know you're doing X, Y, and Z that's like pissing me off or like really irritating me or hurting my feelings. And so if I just come at you and say, hey, Mary, I don't really like this, or like what you said there, that was like really like off-putting. Most people like don't want to acknowledge they're wrong. It's like it's really hard for people to do that. And so when you put someone on the spot, it's even more like, whoa, wait, hold the fuck on. Like rightfully so. Like nobody ever wants to be like called an asshole for no reason. So I think for me, I just had to like learn to really preface and like structure, like really focus and structure the conversation.
It's like prepare the person,
Exactly.
especially with your personality, like, hey, we're getting serious. I need to talk to you for a second.
Yes.
It's like speaking to a child.
But I'm the child.
Is what you're saying. Yeah, okay. That's where I was going with that, by the way.
He is a child, yeah.
Turns out.
For me,
he's gonna cry. Fuck.
Get ready.
Bringing out
Get
the
ready.
waterworks.
I've never seen Juan cry, so I'm in.
It's okay, buddy. Hey, dude, it's cool, man. It's cool. Mary, why the fuck do you have to ask this question?
I know. I'm out here asking.
Are you good?
Serious stuff, man.
yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Come on.
Good. No, like I think for me, like kind of piggyback, kind of a little bit of the like the humor piece, right? Like I'm definitely a funny person. Like with my partner, we'll joke and we'll make jokes and we'll have like everybody has like those embarrassing jokes or some shit like you keep internal. Like, but when these things then become public, like if my partner then starts like telling people about these things, there's just like borderline like personal things that happened that like we witnessed, and she's like, oh man, let me tell you, Juan didn't shit his pants, or like whatever the fuck it might be, right? Like just any little thing, like when you take things that like happen with us and then you bring other people into this shit, like yeah, it hurts sometimes. It's just like, yeah, I don't want the fucking world to know all of this shit, right? Like we have our thing. This doesn't have to be for everybody else to witness and to kind of be a part of. So like that sometimes like I think it kind of goes back to that point of like being able to explain or clearly identify like these are things this is an us thing. We don't need to tell the rest of the world this, or you don't need to run and tell your girls this, and then they blabber, and then I find out back channel that like they're finding out about this shit, right? Like that shit becomes very hurtful because now it becomes the trust is kind of gone thing. Like I can't even out joke with my partner about shit because now everyone might fucking know about it, and now like what's the point, you know?
I think one other thing is like maybe this is just my own scarring, right? And so from like a last relationship, it's like I feel like maybe it is like easier for women to tell men like where they're fucking up constantly and like what to work on, whether they're small things or little things like, hey, pick up after yourself, wash your sheets, whatever, blah 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 blah, right? But it is way more constant from like a woman's end to a man. But when it's the other way around and like, hey, can you please work on, sometimes it's not always like received, and that sucks because it's like, well, hold on, I just heard you like maybe list like 11 things that I have to like fucking work on that I'm like, but like the moment I say, can you try doing this, it suddenly turns into this, well, I'm not good enough for you and you're trying to change me and this, that, and the other. It's like, oh my fucking God, I just like asked if you don't mind like unplugging the toaster. Like, and so it just, it causes like a fucking rift sometimes, like when you can't maybe receive the same amount of criticism. Or
maybe, interesting, just maybe, you're dating crazies, period. That's it.
The crazy
all women a little crazy.
Is real.
I mean,
But-
everybody's a little fucking crazy.
I'm
Absolutely,
always
everybody
a
is a
little
little crazy.
Not
But I
Nabil.
know that if my partner sat me down and was really serious about something, I don't think that I'd be like,
But
of course I'd be a little defensive, but I'd be like, I didn't know I was making you feel this way. I'm glad that you told me because now I know not to do that anymore.
And I also think that
How
really
unhappy you are saying that though. Like
Well, it's not going to be a pleasant conversation.
why are you
You
so
know what I
unhappy?
mean?
If, like your partner is like, hey, I don't like you doing this, and you're like, well, all right, fine, I'll do it for you.
Well, that's exactly how it would sound.
yeah,
I'm not
okay,
going to be
so
pleased about it
would
because
your
I'm fucking
response
perfect.
how would your response be if he matched that energy back to you, right?
Yeah.
Like if
Wait.
he came, if you were like, I want you to stop, it's like, fuck. I mean, all right, guess, damn, I'll do it just because you want me to do it.
I
And
mean,
just
I've
fucking
literally
storm
had
out of the
that.
room.
No, to be fair, and this is so maybe like a couple weeks ago, I had an instance with my partner. It was honestly very similar to that, where he was like, he wasn't mad, but he came at me and was like, hey, just so you know, like, I feel like if the roles were reversed and I did something like that, you would be absolutely furious with me. Like, I don't like that you did that, and it really hurts my feelings. And I literally was like, oh my God, I didn't even know I was doing that. I'm really, really, really sorry. If it's something that you don't even realize and you reverse the situation and you put yourself in your partner's shoes, which is something that I think everybody should do in a relationship, you realize like, oh my goodness, I absolutely would be upset, and you have to empathize with their feelings. Even if maybe you don't necessarily understand all of it, I think the most important thing to say is, I'm really sorry. I did not realize I was making you feel that way. So anybody that has responded to you in any sort of fashion is fucking crazy. Crazy.
It's a very not sorry tone. I just want to point that out.
Well, I think
You know,
that a lot of it
can't all be
it
perfect.
boils down to like what I said before. Like I pride myself on being like self-aware, and I
Yeah.
know like I'm not funny, but I think that
Mary,
like,
you're actually really funny. That was a joke that I said.
I am not funny. No, I
Yeah.
am
Mary,
not.
I think you are a
No, I am
great-
not funny. I'm just gonna put an end to this right now.
person.
Like people can giggle here and there, like maybe I'll get a giggle, but like I am not funny. But I think that just like goes back to, I think like everybody in a relationship, like you need to be very self-aware of what you're contributing and like how you are giving to that relationship. And I think that if somebody responds in that manner to like you saying, hey, thanks for giving me feedback on what I need to work on, but here's like XYZ of what I think you need to work on. Like if they can't take that and see what it looks like, you know, and like be
Yeah.
able to apply that to their lives, like they're just not mature enough to be in any real relationship.
in any real relationship.
And,
And,
like,
and
honestly-
to add, sorry, Mary, keep going.
No, I was just saying, and honestly, like that actually happened to me like a few weeks ago. Like Adam and I like got into a pretty big fight, and like he said some pretty serious things like about my behavior and like the way I was like acting, and it was some hard shit to hear. Like it really took like a few days for me to be like, wow, you know, that's hard to hear. It's not what I want to feel, and I don't want to make my partner feel this way. But for these reasons, like I'm going to change this behavior, and I'm going to like remodel what that looks like so that we can be healthier moving forward. And so I think it really just comes down to like a lack of maturity. You know, it's just like they're not ready to be in any sort of relationship if that's the response that you're trying
If
to.
that's the response, I agree. And Muffin Jar 98 made a very good point as I'm reading the comments here.
Just read it out loud.
I agree. I hate when I come with an issue I'm having and it turns into a conversation about my partner's issues instead, shifting the main point and disregarding my issues and not being able to communicate my emotions. I agree. I think that that's really, really manipulative.
It fucking
I
sucks.
think that if you come to your partner, and that's the thing, like this is me being totally honest. I think we've all done it because I feel like we all get defensive in certain situations, and you're like, you kind of spin it around, like, how could you possibly say that about me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. And then it turns into a whole different conversation, right? Like kind of like what Nabil said, like realistically, we've all have done that at least once in a relationship, right? Like made the conversation more about you. But I truthfully think that when you come to a point in your relationship where you really care about someone and you really, really want them to be happy with you and their well-being, you listen more, you understand more, you try to see where they're coming from. Maturity plays into it as well. But when people do things like that, I think it's just manipulative. And honestly, I don't really think they care about your feelings that much, which sounds bad, but it's like the honest truth. Like anybody who loves you and cares about you listens to your problems and doesn't make it about them.
It's a difference in hearing somebody and listening.
Absolutely.
When you listen to somebody, you hear you listen and you respond to the words that they're saying.
Yeah.
I hear you,
Yes.
and now I want to talk to you about my problems, because it's a subconscious understanding that I don't care about your problems.
Right.
I want to talk to you about my problems because my problems are more important.
Are
right
more
now.
important. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And like that's shitty. Like
Yeah.
that's incredibly shitty. And that that is not a healthy way to be in a relationship, and goes to the point of that's a conversation, right? Like that's something you call your partner out on. Like, listen, this is not an acceptable behavior that when I trust you with something that is bothering me, you don't hear it, you don't listen, you flip this shit around, and now it's all about what's wrong with you and what's you're dealing with and your
problems.
Who listens to me if you're always talking about you?
And it's just like, oh, I just asked if like who ate the last cup of ramen, you know? That's
now you're talking about like how Becky hates you at work and fucking you're never respected, and you know.
I just that's all manipulative.
Facts.
You can't jump.
Yeah.
Last question here, ladies.
Good job, Muffin Jar.
This is only our fourth question. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, we're only supposed to be doing 4.
No, listen, it's been 2 hours. Listen, we all know I don't have great stomachs. No stomach
get out of here.
This is too long.
4, 2 and 2.
I'm out of water.
If this relationship's gonna work, Jess, I'm gonna need you to like play ball here a little bit. You know what I mean? Like,
I ran out of my drink like 40 minutes ago, and it's honestly like really tragic. Juan is clearly a pro and has his liquor at the desk.
Yeah, but I'm also out.
You're also out.
Do you need it?
Yeah, we're coming in on closing time, everybody.
It's the golden hour.
Fourth closing.
I knew Nabil was about to fucking sing that shit.
To be fair, I was also thinking it.
Don't have to go home, but get
The Office.
off of my podcast.
This is a white person
song.
I
Number.
Know the words.
I'm not participating
white
in this. I don't know this
song.
song.
Yeah. All right.
You should honestly be ashamed of yourself. Jess is the only.
You didn't hear the words I was singing. I literally sang that this was a white person song, and I didn't know the words. That was verbatim.
Listen, if you are an Office fan, you will know all the words to that song.
I am an Office fan. I'm actually went to college in a very small, tiny, white country town that every bar played that to leave. So the only part I actually know is that it is closing time. I don't know any other words.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
And Cecil C.D. Johnson over there knows exactly what I'm talking
government name. Don't use his government name. Ask your question.
Muffin Jar will know.
He probably knows. All right, ladies. This question does 2 things. It closes out gender wars, but it also just lets the world know that these 2 ladies took this assignment very seriously, and me and Nabil did not. So my final question to you is, why can't y'all just let shit go? Like, y'all motherfuckers hold
I have.
Look at this.
Hold a grudge.
It's like part of your fucking life support is to hold on to grudges and bring it back up at some point in time. At any conversation, like you're having a deep conversation.
No, yeah, that is true.
We're over it. And then it's like, you know what? I think you're one of my best friends. I mean, you know, you did that one time where you ate the last slice of pizza, but like, I'm so past that. I'm so
over it. And you let us know how you forgave us about old shit. But like, you remind us that you forgave us of our old shit.
You gotta get the fuck out of your heads on that shit. Like,
why?
Grow up.
Why?
Here's the problem.
Are you guys done or no?
Blood is drama, and I don't.
I thought this is a question. This was a question for us, but y'all have done a lot of talking.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Done our research.
Remember this thing about not
listening
to us?
The question was, why do you not let things go? But then you have answered the question for us.
No, we haven't. We just kept giving you examples of why I don't let shit go.
Right, but like you're not letting us even answer the question. You just do a lot of talking.
We're listening.
It's bullshit anyway, but yeah, whatever.
Okay, I think a lot of the issues that we get upset about, and I'm not saying all of them, but I would say for the most part, and I speak for Mary and myself, can't speak to all females, are very intuitive. We are very self-aware. We understand situations pretty well. And when we get upset about something, there's a big reason why we are upset, right? There's a valid reason why we are upset.
Yeah.
Now, we may have a conversation about this and we may say we forgive you, but we never forget. You know what I mean?
Is that a forgiveness? Is that
that's not forgiveness?
It is a form of forgiveness and forget are two totally different things.
I agree. However,
are two totally different things. It takes time for me to forget that stuff. You need to build yourself up again with me and our rapport in order for me to feel like I can completely forget the situation.
Bringing it back up, then you didn't forgive me. That's all I'm saying. If you keep bringing it up, you didn't forgive me because you keep bringing it up.
Well, what did you do? What did you do?
Anything.
Oh my God. we
Could it
cheated on you
though?
once.
Because I
Like,
wouldn't
grow
get
up.
upset if you forgot to close the toilet seat. Now, if you fucking cheated on me, that's a different situation. So what did you do? Juan?
So
if
What
I
did
cheated,
you do?
but if I cheated on you and you brought up the toilet seat, you didn't fucking forgive me about the toilet seat, did you?
No. I'm saying I would forgive you for the toilet seat, but I wouldn't forgive you, or would be hard to forgive you for cheating on me. So what
Okay,
did you
fair.
do that's making
I
someone
want to
hold
jump
on?
in here from a
it
very
doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter because if you say I forgive you, that means you're moving the fuck on. That means you're not bringing it up again.
No.
I
Okay,
then
I'm
question
gonna-
your
I'm
character.
I'm gonna give a very fact-driven response to this. Not
Like Mary did
surprisingly.
research.
Yes, but I can't find exactly the article that I was looking for, but that it is proven that females do better with trading and on the stock market than men. And the reason why that is proven that females outperform men in the stock market is because men evaluate something as is at the moment, what it is and what it has the potential to potentially grow to, but really just what it is at face value. Whereas women,
Marietta, we talked about this.
Yes, whereas women look at historicals and we try to track trends and then forecast where that is going to project us out from that point. And so it is
Longevity.
a very distinct difference and has been proven by the Economical Society, who the fuck they are, that females will always outperform men, not always, but like will typically outperform men because of this investment mindset. Whereas guys typically see it at face value, what it is here right now.
No
and that's it.
Sheba. No Sheba, everybody. No Sheba.
So here's
That's
my only counterpoint to that. You're talking about numbers versus fucking people. And
Yeah,
so
so that's how we
there's
are in
like a
life.
real
Like
big
it's
difference.
like we see a man and we take all of the history of it and we try to project that out to what it's going to be in the future. So if a past error comes up again and represents
think it's
itself,
gonna
You're
happen
not
again.
it becomes
Tell
a
me you're not
trend,
losing
and
your
trends will continue on
Tell
into
me
the
you're
future,
not losing your
which
shit
means that
if
I
I
shouldn't
bring
have
up
forgiven
your
you.
past trend. Tell me you're not losing your shit if I bring up your past trend. Tell me right now. Be honest with me. Be
If
honest
it's
with
a
me.
realistic trend, then yes, you should bring it
Then
up.
yeah.
Emil?
No,
Yeah,
that's
I
so
agree.
bad. If I say, hey, Mary, you did X, Y, and Z, we're cool. It's fine. And I forgive you. 6 months later, we get into some like fucking weird debate. And I'm like, yeah, but it's like the time that you, I don't know, ripped my pants or some shit. And then you're going to get like, fuck you, Nabil. Why would you bring that up? Like, you're a dick. Like you said, you forgave me. Why would you even bring that up? Well, I
I'm
Because
like,
it
like,
ripped
yo,
your pants.
here's the thing. Like, do you get how it makes a guy feel like if you can't ever just really just let some shit go, right? Like if we had an argument with something a year ago, right, and then you're bringing it back up, you're bringing back old shit, and I'm like, well, fucking A, does she actually forgive me for
Well,
anything? Does she
well,
actually does she ever just
we
let
wanna fucking
anything
be
go?
right.
No.
We want to be right. Like we want to be right about something. So like we're gonna like bring
We're
something
gonna
from
bring
the
it
past
up.
that we know
We're gonna bring it
we
up
are already
and we're
right
gonna
about.
ruin
Even
you.
if we forgave you for it,
Yeah.
like we know that we were right.
Yeah.
So we're like we're not trying to bring up the fact that like we didn't forgive you. We're trying to like reference something
Make
that
a
we
point.
were already right about to be like right again. That's
It
that's
is
like,
that honestly, Mary, that
See,
hit the nail on the head. I
there's
think
a
when we're in a
difference right
we're in an
there.
argument, that's it. We want to be
There's a
right,
difference right
proving the
there.
point.
A good man will sacrifice being right in a conversation or an argument just to let it go. A woman.
Yes, I
won't.
agree.
But a woman will not.
But
But
that's
I
that's
think-
fine. That's fine.
And I
That's
want
the
to
dynamic then.
Actually, so funny because I've gotten in so many fights with my partners over the years. I get really frustrated when they just like walk away from it to like let me be right.
A form of
Well,
silence.
yeah,
I-
because
A form of
there's a
silence is
point.
cute, but it
It's
is.
like I don't want just like you to be like, okay, cool, like we can agree to disagree. Like I want us to at least have some sort of like communicative dialogue around like why this is a
And
problem and
bring
like
up some
why
Here's
old
the
shit,
thing.
When
Here's
you
the
bring up some
thing.
old shit, then that's going to end the
But
conversation.
hold on, to that point, we are okay taking L's, and women need to prove that they're right. So instead of coming out and just saying, I'm going to just let you win this one and walk away, because that'll piss you off. And instead of what we do is just like, you're right, and we're done, we walk away, that pisses you off, we'll just stop talking. Like there's some moments where we can't win because reality of the situation, any guy in here who's married can probably attest, we don't win a lot of fights. We don't win a lot of
Answering
arguments.
your own, you're
We
answering
don't.
your own questions here.
Well,
What's-
that's what
you're
I'm
right.
saying is, ladies,
Yeah.
let's try taking some L's sometime, ladies. Like, it's fine to lose. from losers, we can tell you it's not bad. It's not bad because it happens. And sometimes you can make us feel just a little better if you just let us have one or two instead of just having to, again, bring up old shit to try to prove a point of today. Let's talk about the now. Let's say I'm right now and you were right back then. That's fine. Give me the now. Don't bring up the past. Let's move forward.
All right.
I think to be fair, like I only bring up shit in the past if it is relevant to the conversation we were having in the present. Like I'm not going to bring up other shit. Like if we're talking about like cheating, like I'm not going to talk about like how like I was upset with how like my boyfriend interacted like with my family, for example. You know what I mean? Like that's like something else. Like I forgive him.
Has to be relevant.
Like it has to be relevant to the conversations. Like if we're talking about like,
but if you forgave the person, why are you bringing it back up? And here's the point to this conversation that we know we're right, is that you guys are fighting so fucking hard against this. Look at Jess's posture and how like fucking snippy this woman is being right now.
No. Listen. I honestly, my next comment was gonna be.
That's right, Mary.
Let me try something with you here. I'm gonna say, Juan and Nabil, I actually think you're really right. We have trouble letting things go. Now it seems like it's time to wrap things up. So let's do that.
Oh,
good job. Hey, listen, we got to win. Let's hold on, guys. We put this.
Is it a win though? Is it?
To me, it's a win.
You know what I mean? Like that's like we're fully capable of it, but there's always like a question mark at the end. You know what I mean? Like,
but see, I think that's the key difference there. To a guy, we are 100% fine with that because the reality is for us, we just want to be done with it. We don't want to argue anymore. We just want to like wash our hands and just be like.
That is what aggravates me more than anything else. Like
that we don't want to argue.
No, it's not. But that's the thing to me. Like it's not arguing. It's like us getting to a common ground of mutual understanding. Like I think there's like a difference between like me being right and you being wrong, and like us being a team to like understand each other better and like be able to communicate more efficiently. And so like when guys are just like, I'm like done with this conversation, I'm just gonna let you be right. Like for me, it's really frustrating because like you're not giving me any points of like how I can grow or be better or like change my actions.
So I'll comment to that because I think that's a unique situation. I think in that moment, right?
Good night.
There are guys who cannot articulate their point, and there are some who can't articulate the argument. Mm-hmm. So in that moment, their just response is, I'm done. I'm just gonna, you're right, whatever, and I can't, because they can't figure out how to word this in a point to make you understand, so it becomes a circle. How many arguments have you been in that just keep going in circles? I think that's
totally fine, but I think that like at that point, like we need to agree, like we're gonna drop this for a few days and like we'll talk about it another time. Because like for
a lot of times we don't want to see
when we stop the end, like for me, it's like if we don't agree or if we haven't like if I can't understand my partner's side, like it's not over for me. And that's why like probably in 6 months I'm bringing that shit up again because like it probably just ended and he was like, yeah, you're right. You know what I mean? And then like now I'm like bringing that shit up because we never walked through that. And now it's like reminiscing in this
like the last thing any guy wants to do is to like rehash an argument.
Absolutely. When they say, yeah, you're
and I get that.
That means,
I do get that.
Means we hear your point. We got it. We're not going to do X, Y, and Z again. Like, cool. All right, great. I'm done talking about this. We're good. I'm done. Like, you got bothered by this.
I think that's unfair because, like, you can say that, but, like, I've seen time over time after time, every guy I've ever been in a relationship say that and do it again.
How many times have you watched? Do you watch sports? Are you like a basketball or football fan?
I do like basketball.
Okay, cool. When you watch basketball and you see a guy keep going for a fucking three and he thinks he's good, like, and he keeps missing, why do you think you have a fucking coach there? Is to tell him again, like, hey, I need you to not take that three. I need you to not drive the lane. I need you to not do this way, X, Y, and Z. Like, it's not a thing that you can ever really accomplish in one conversation, by the way. Like, no human works that way, like where you can say, hey, I need you to stop, I don't know, whistling while you fucking walk. And then this person who's had this habit for 10 years is gonna suddenly stop whistling when they walk. They're gonna be conscious of it the first few times, and then they're just gonna pick it back up. Like, it's no person, man or woman, is ever gonna pick into that habit, like get criticized on a habit and then like fix it and it's gonna be done. It's gonna keep happening, sort of. But like you're trying to bring.
That's kind of my point. Is like that's why I keep on bringing it up. Like if I'm bringing something up multiple times, like it's because we have addressed it, I've stated it, and like now the issue has presented, and I need to restate the issue. Because like to your point, it's like if that coach doesn't tell the fucking player to not fucking throw threes, he's not ever gonna, like, he's gonna keep on fucking throwing threes. You know what I mean?
So at what point do you just accept that man for that flaw? When do you just accept the fact he's just gonna keep shooting threes?
Yeah, and honestly, Jess and I have talked about this a lot, just like in the course of relationships. It's like, at what point do you like decide like I have given or taken too much, right? Like at what point is it just like, this is the way it's going to be and I can't change this person? And I think that's a really hard line to distinguish, because a lot of times, I mean, like, people are in love, or you have other pieces, and that's honestly, I don't have a good answer to that. But I mean, it's really challenging. It's like, at what point do you accept that that is who they are and they will not change?
Well,
I think you either accept it or you don't, right? And I think most of the time you don't, because if it's causing that many problems, there's no way that you can continue like that.
Yeah,
it depends on the thing,
and if that person's
like,
not going to change, and you know that, and you're trying to accept them the way they are, and it's like hitting you to your core, and you can no longer live with that. Obviously, the relationship is not working.
I think when you're in a relationship, there's constantly those battles, right? Like when you first start dating someone, that's like the first like hill you overcome, right? Like you're smitten with each other, but that's like not the relationship. There's constant evaluations and you have to like there's always that, like, we're weighing things, right? Like at certain times. It's okay to think that. It's okay to have that. It's normal. You should have those questions like, okay, we're smitten for each other, we're dating, great. Then you're dating and dating and dating. It's like, then you need to evaluate that next step, maybe moving in, whatever, marriage. I don't know. I'm using really big things, but that's a constant thing that you just have to do. And it's like, is this negative outweighing all these wonderful positives, or maybe they're not so much positives now that I'm in this relationship.
Really thinking about it. Yeah. And just add to this, it's interesting because I probably like a couple of years ago, my partner at the time said to me, I don't remember the verbiage, but it was something like basically along the lines of like, we're constantly evaluating each other. And I think at the time I was so offended by that because, immaturity comes to play, whatever, but you look at it. And at the time I was like, well, that's kind of like mean. What do you mean that I'm not like what you want, or you're constantly like judging me, or, seeing if I'm a good fit? We're dating. What do you mean? Of course I am. You know what I mean? So, and it's so funny because now, right, we're a little bit more mature. I've gone through, a few different relationships, whatever. And it's such an interesting, it's so incredibly accurate, right? You look at your partner and you're constantly changing your mind, and not even about being with them or, whatever. It's the longevity of it all, right? Like you could be very, very happy, but if your partner responds to something like tremendously different from how you would respond, or you continuously butt heads about this one thing, you are evaluating your relationship and if this is going to work for the long term. But it's not an offensive thing. It's just reality.
No, it's the reality. I mean, you do that with every person in your life, right? Like every person you associate yourself with, you're constantly evaluating, seeing differently, seeing in a different light, right? Like how I look at these three people in this thing, Mary, Jess, and Nabil, the year one is completely different on how I see you and evaluate you and think about you today, right? Like that only happens more and the longer you're in a relationship with somebody. You're going to constantly keep evaluating and thinking about, is this person still the same person? Is this quality that this person have? Like tomorrow could be the day you find out a new trait about this person that you might love or hate. And you have to make that assessment on, is everything else worth it based off of this one thing that I don't like, right? Like that evaluation is never stopping.
I'm curious because you said something there a little bit, Jess. Is your expectation of someone's answer not being what you like your fault or their fault?
I think it totally depends on how the question was framed.
Hey, do you love me?
Yeah.
Not really.
I also think that like specifically me, like, and I've heard this from different partners in the past, like the pressure that I give my partner to give me a good answer is very stressful. You know what I mean? I think like I create this environment where I expect my partner to be perfect and say exactly what I want to hear. And if I don't hear that, it's like an argument. You know what I mean? And that's something that I'm personally trying to work on. And I know I'm not alone in that. I'm sure a lot of other people are like that. When we don't hear what we want to hear, it is an issue, and that's like, but it's unrealistic. You know what I mean? Like your person can't always tell you. They're trying to be honest with you, right? And it's not always what you want to hear. And then maybe you need to realistically look at the relationship a little bit differently. And if this person is right for you, but like, you can't be upset with them because they didn't tell you what you were expecting, you know, and that's gotten me in trouble in the past, right? And created that whole pressure conversation where it's like, you know, you're putting a lot of pressure on me. I can't be what you need, whatever, which is, I've heard that multiple times, right? You know, you need to create an open space for your partner where whatever they say is okay. You know, I don't know if that really answers your question, but.
Yeah, no, I think this goes to Muffin Jar's point
Muffin Jar.
earlier when he said he really hates it when people get asked a question and they turn it into something else instead of admitting whether they're right or wrong.
Okay. I don't think that actually is what Muffin Jar said.
Just
Muffin
stop bringing
Jar
up
didn't say
bullshit. That's all I had.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
I think the moral of the story is agree to disagree. You know
Ladies
what I mean?
and gentlemen, this has been Gender Wars.
Yeah, gender wars.
Great episode. I'm not going to say this was the best episode we've had yet. My favorite. One of my favorite. Absolutely one of my favorite. Mary.
It was my favorite as well.
The honorable legendary.
I hope I exceeded the very low bar that was set for my arrival to the show.
You definitely arrived at expectation.
Okay,
you definitely arrived at expectation.
You know, that's all that anybody can fucking do in life is at least
I agree.
at least
arrive.
Bare fucking minimum, you know, like
Yes.
I agree.
That's how I live my life. You know?
Listen, that's how my whole career is for work. I just arrived at my expectation. I will not exceed
bare
it.
minimum. That's why I've been in the same sales role for almost 4 years. Living under the radar. You know what I mean?
Living it up. Mary Morimoto, thank you 1,000 times over for joining us. We will definitely bring you back in on season 2. Jess,
Mayor.
Mayor. Jess, always a pleasure having our female correspondent on.
Love being here, everybody.
Just the giant man-child. We have our 10th anniversary, 10th episode, 10th friend fan appreciation, however you want to call it, next week. It's going to be a blast. Everybody who's on, join us. It's going to be fantastic. We're going to give some cups away. We're going to be doing some drinking, bringing drinks. It's going to be a ball. It's going to be an absolute blast. We are also going to do our movie review. We were supposed to do it on this episode, but this was going to be a long episode when we started planning it all out. So there was no way we were going to do movie review. So we're going to do that next week. We'll start with movie review, do the fan episode.
What movie are y'all watching?
Nabil has watched Sandlot. I have to watch 12 Years a Slave just to bring the whole mood down a little bit.
Really different.
Very different movies.
Go ahead and ban Muffin Jar.
Muffin Jar is the man. Muffin
Jar.
Top.
Who is Muffin
Top.
Jar?
Jar of Muffins. Who is Jar of Muffins?
Wait, I'm
need
Muffin,
that
Muffin
username
Jar.
to happen.
Who is Muffin Jar?
Muffin Jar is actually one of my cousins that came down for Thanksgiving.
Nice.
He's super awesome. He's like
Nice.
one of the coolest people I've ever met. Honestly,
He's your cousin. That would be.
I know, right?
That's
He
good.
has a really
That's good that you think he's cool.
high bar for stuff. Okay,
I've met a lot of Nabil's family, and they're all cooler than him. So
that's not true.
pretty true.
Maybe Muffin Jar should come on the show.
Yeah, we got to bring Muffin Jar on.
No, he's banned. He's out.
Muffin Jar.
Top.
He's done.
Oh, sorry. So
he's on the show next week with everyone else.
Bringing it on. We're going to bring it on next
Fan
week.
Week.
We
Yeah,
appreciate
you'll
fans.
win.
We should bring your entire
He
family
should
on.
win.
We're going to
And
do an
it should take
episode.
Muffin Jar.
I want Mama Rabati. I want Mama Rabati.
We're going to do an episode in season 2.
Nice.
We're going to do a Rabati episode in season 2. I want
Oh, the fuck
all
we're not.
of the family. I want all the sisters. I want Robbie. I want your mom. I even want your dad to do a guest appearance. Alex.
Okay.
I want everybody in there. I want Muffin Top. I want everybody to come on and
Your
be
mom
on
can
it. It's going to be
explain.
great. It's going to be great.
Mom can explain how
Great.
she washes your bed sheets every day.
I do have to point this out. Like, my cousin here, Muffin Jar, is
Muffin
like
Jar.
wildly talented at like everything he does. First off, he's trying to be a doctor. He goes to the University of Kentucky. The dude's on a scholarship. I have to like show you guys his art. It is fucking incredible. I need this dude to make
Amazing.
I need this dude to make an Instagram with just his art. And he calls it
Muffin
Doodles.
jar.
It's fucking insane. It is
Muffin
like,
jar. Muffin
Muffin
jar.
jar.
is incredible
yo,
art.
my man here
Muffin jar is
the bee's
young.
knees. My man here is the bee's knees. I'm telling you right now.
How old is Muffin Jar?
I want to say he's like 23, 22.
I was gonna say he's got to be young. He's in school.
Jess is trying to max on this.
Yeah. I'm like, what friends do I have for Muffin Jar? You know what I mean?
What?
I have some nice friends from Muffin Jar. You know, he sounds very, very capable.
Can you
Doctor.
stop cheating on me. Can you
Ross.
stop
Jess is like,
cheating?
I have so many people I could set Muffin Jar up
I live
with.
at Muffin Jar. I have a lot of really beautiful
We got
friends.
a couple. We got a couple single friends. You know, a friend
Got a lot of single friends.
Gezi and Haley. They're single. You know,
My guy wants to be a
Is he Haley or
surgeon.
single?
Like, I don't know how he can stomach this shit. Like, all right, but
Muffin Jar.
2 females.
I gotta-
Come on.
Yeah.
I got two
a lot
females
of
that are single.
friends.
That's what I'm saying. I got a lot of them.
Yeah.
a man right there. That's a man 100 grand.
We are going to wrap this show up, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
yeah,
Again,
yeah.
thank everybody for joining. I appreciate y'all. I hope to see everybody next week. Bring a friend. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend. We're going to make this thing a pyramid scheme. We want everyone to bring 2 people. And
Love
then they
those. bring
bring 2 people. And
Yeah.
then they bring 2 people.
They
It's going to be a
give
ball.
us money.
And then,
Give us
And
money.
then,
and
Mary,
then-
since you're our guest, is there any parting words you want to leave the people with?
No, I just want to say thanks so much for having me on the show. I loved it.
Thank
I
you,
do
Mary.
think that Jess and I did win Gender Wars. I don't know if there was an official winner, but if there was, it would be us. And
Think
we
so,
are
yeah.
right. So you can just walk away from this one.
Yeah, I just checked the scorecard and it
Abs-
was 10 points us, 1 point
Abs-
y'all. So y'all lost.
Gotcha.
Jess, parting words that you want to leave us with?
Participation award, by the way. That's a participation point.
Participation award.
I would say you are right.
Thank you. I know. Great.
You met-
Smartest thing
That's it.
anyone's ever said.
You met Mary,
Anything I've said.
Mary, me. You are right.
That's it. I'm really trying this new thing.
Mary, you,
You
just
are
lost your
right.
cup. You just lost your tumbler. I want you to know that, Mary.
But
you
I've
just
got a
lost your
tumbler though.
Not
Jess
the
has a tumbler.
tumbler one.
You lost your tumbler.
Not the tumbler. Not the
You
blue
just-
gummy tumbler. I'm ready.
Wait till you see our cups though. Our cups are
I
pretty
can't fucking wait.
pretty fire.
Uh-huh.
I'm super excited.
Can't wait.
Pretty fire.
I can't wait. Let's
They're
fucking
short
run it.
boys, so for your winos, Jess, you'd be able to wind it up, but they are.
I love me some
Mm.
wine, baby.
He put his
Can you
foot in
wait?
this one.
Can you eat the cup?
No, you can't.
Oh,
eat the cup.
Oh.
Oh, this sucks.
You can
Nabil?
try it though.
Parting words, my man.
See how that goes.
Yeah, first off, Mary, Jess, fucking love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for being like sports about this while we were bullshit and joking. Everybody in the chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you for talking to us, being here. Like,
Thank you,
it
chat. Thank you,
gives
Muffin
us
Jar.
so much energy when you guys are talking to us,
Thanks.
commenting with us, and like part of the conversation. And then last thing, I haven't said this before, like just real quickly. This whole thing got started because like Juan and I talk on Xbox Live, and this is like we just wanted to bring our bullshit on here, and clearly it's like it's bullshit, but we have fun. If any of you guys are on Xbox Live or whatever, join our chat party. Like, fucking jump on. Like, who cares? Enjoy it. Enjoy
This
the
chat could not be a better representation of what our online chat parties are. This is 100% it from seriousness
that's-
to bullshit.
Don't feel scared.
I would love to
Jump in.
spend my Saturday night on your online chat in Xbox.
You would have
You got
fun.
an X-
until you
come
suck at
join
video
us.
games.
You got an Xbox.
I do have an Xbox. Yeah.
Come
No,
join
I
us.
have a PS4. I have a PS4.
Oh, well,
Sorry.
Shit, she's a whole generation behind.
You have okay. Here, you know what? I don't even want to bring this situation up, but just to end our show, I
What?
bought a PS5. Okay, that's all I have to say. I did buy one. Where is it? Not in my hands,
Whose fault? is
but I did buy one.
it's with our ex.
Yeah, it's with my ex-boyfriend, and I'm never
it?
getting
Your
it
chat
back.
Party right now.
Yeah,
But it seems like this is the transition for you to go to Xbox Series X.
Oh yeah.
that's true.
So-
Honestly, yeah, absolutely. But Juan has both. So
I have both.
I have both too.
He also has both because we're not poor. So,
Treating
ladies and
me like
gentlemen,
I'm
thank
fucking
you all
crazy. Get out of
for
here.
joining the show today. Much love. I appreciate all of y'all. Join us next week. Cannot wait. Again, we only have so many more episodes left of season 1, and then we're going to end it and take a little break because we could use one.
We hate
Like
you.
I end every episode, guys. Everybody, or not everybody, some people though are worth your time. Some aren't worth your time at all. But I can promise you one thing: everybody, and I do mean everybody, is worth figuring that out. Until we meet again, see you next week. Signing off. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Bye.